It's been the Ferrari show so far in this triple header in Austin, in Mexico, but now we arrive here in Brazil as we get ready to go racing at Interlagos to end of this triple header, and this motorsport facility never fails to disappoint in terms of good racing. Unpredictable weather, the track's also resurfaced. This is going to be a very interesting weekend. It's round 21 of this championship as we go sprinting as well, and it is going to lead us on to a 2-week break, and then on the third week we will go racing in Las Vegas on the 21st to 24th November. Then it's our final sprint weekend. It's the penultimate round of the season in Qatar, and then Abu Dhabi is where we will hopefully see a champion crowned. Max Verstappen is in the lead of that championship. He's got 362 points, 47 points back as Lando Norris. If he wants to win this championship, it all starts right here, right now, in the sprint weekend in Brazil. Charles Leclerc in third, Oscar Piastri is in fourth, then it's Carlos Sainz, Lewis Hamilton versus George Russell is going to be an interesting scrap near the end of the season as well. Perez in eighth, then it's Alonso, Hülkenberg, and Lance Stroll rounding out the first page. Yuki Tsunoda for Ricardo is in 12th, then it's Kevin Magnussen, Alexander Albon, Daniel Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly, Oliver Behrman, who's raced twice this season, one with Ferrari, one with Haas. Colapinto continues to perform incredibly well, he's in 18th, Ocon, Liam Lawson trying to prove himself, and then you've got Joe, Logan Sargent, and Bottas also trying to fight for his seat, hopefully trying to retain his seat at Kick Sauber for next year. The Constructors arguably is going to be even more interesting. McLaren may have the lead. A few off weekends for Oscar Piastri has meant that Ferrari have really closed in as they have been getting 1-2s and 1-3s so far in this triple header. How will they get on this weekend? Well, we're going to find out very, very shortly. But they are in second place. Then it's Red Bull in third. Mercedes, Aston Martin, Haas, Ricardo, Williams, Alpine, and Kick Sauber are the only team to not score a point.
Let's take a look at the Autodromo Juan Carlos Palace as well. 2.667 miles, 71 laps ahead of us as well. 15 corners. In the dry it's challenging, in the wet it's unbelievable. This is a fantastic race. It's important to get a good run out the last corner then as you run uphill towards turn number 1 and 2, the center S. Hard on the brakes then, flick to the left, downhill, back on the accelerator as you come round the Curva de Sol, a long sweeping left-hander, down the back straight then towards Decina de Lago as well. You've got open up your DRS, slam on the brakes about 50 meters to go, flick the car into turn 4, use the exit curb a lot, and then flat out up the hill as well towards Ferradora, 6th gear corner for turn number 6. Flick the car in towards the right, uphill section of the track, double apex as well before you come into the Super boxes. Flew in now, keep it calm, round the oranges turn as well at turn 9 as well. Turn 10 as well, a little bit tricky to get right on the brakes as well as you have to slam down all the way 2nd gear. Into Magula then as well as you drop downhill dramatically towards Juncao as well. Up through 7th gear, drop down to 4th gear, flick the car in again to the left and then back up now towards the last corner. You're flat out rising 6th gear, 7th gear, 8th gear as well. Flat out with the DRS open as you come across the line. In the old days you used to cut across the pit lane entrance, now not needed to, and that is a lap of Interlagos.
Welcome to Super Sunday in Sao Paulo. Let's try this once again for qualifying. We're 9 minutes away. Let's quickly head down to Ted to see how the circuit is.
The odd pitter-patter of raindrops here falling in the pit lane. The teams agree and they're ready to go. All the drivers are making their preparations, getting into the car. I can see Ollie Behrman just about to get into the car with Nico Hulkenberg down at the Haas garage. And what, Simon, I think the FIA have done here is given themselves options. It's a wise move by the FIA just to find a gap in the weather. It is wet all day, but there are little gaps in the weather where they can actually get sessions like qualifying and the Grand Prix underway. So that's about it. I think we're about 5 minutes to go. And as I say, Simon, I'm optimistic.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like we might be able to get some running in today. Unlike yesterday, right now we've got Josh alongside me. And Josh, it looks like with the track drying up, we could be getting a bit of a session out there. The rain continues to fall, however, out there on the circuit, but it looks better than yesterday.
It does actually look a bit better than yesterday. It's still a bit dark overcast, but it's 7:30 in the morning over in Brazil. So it's the earliest qualifying we've ever had in Formula One. So it should be a doable session. I'll expect a small delay to the start of this while they want to get it all sorted and make sure it's all okay. There's still a few puddles out there that aren't great. But I think it's going to be a very long day of delay as well. But we've got to get the sessions in. They've moved the start time, 7:30 for qualifying, 12:30 for the race. That's all local time as well. So everything's shifting around, and I think we could be in for something quite special today and quite unique. We've never before changed the start time for an F1 session, so we're into the unknown.
Yeah, we absolutely are into an unknown. A very early qualifying, and then followed by a race that's been moved earlier as well. While it still will rain, it's just a better chance of getting the session in with there being a bit of a gap in the weather. It might be a little bit lighter at times, so we have a bigger chance of getting in with the times the FIA have moved it. Plus, also we do have a bit more time as well. If we need delays, we can have delays without having to stop due to the sunlight. So all of that has been changed. So lots have been done, meaning that we are absolutely into the unknown for this session. Who knows what is going to happen, and all of this while we've got 2 championships on the line. And I think with this type of session, while Verstappen might be very good in the rain, if something goes massively wrong, which it could do for any driver in the field, then we could see a huge championship swing. Let's say if Max Verstappen finds himself out in Q1 or in Q2, Red Bull have been making a few more mistakes lately.
They have, and if either of those happens, you've got to also count in the fact he's got a 5 place grid penalty for the race as well. So qualifying in many respects has to happen, otherwise it would have to go back to practice results where he actually was 15th.
Yep.
And would start at the back of the grid with Lando on pole. So it's kind of a juxtaposition there. So it's getting to the point where we don't actually know what's going to happen. But I've got a feeling someone's going to throw it at the barriers. You can't not go out the circuit in wet conditions and having no run, and someone's going to throw it. It's going to be a messy morning here. And at 7:30 in the morning, are the drivers all ready to go? Are they all fixed and ready as well? It's going to be messy. I mean, really messy.
Yeah, everyone's had to, of course, wake up very, very early back there in Brazil as well to get down to the circuit. So not a lot of sleep for a lot of people as well at the same time. So yeah, what sort of focus do the drivers in the field have? And then, of course, also countering in delays and stoppages and red flags when, of course, we get to the end of Q1, Q2, Q3. Drivers will be pushing more, so we could see some red flags at the end of those sessions. So finding good bank collapse is going to be really, really critical for each and every driver in this field, or we are going to get shocks like someone out in Q1 or someone out in Q2, one of our big contenders. And really, it's going to be a circuit that, if the rain does slightly ease off, that will be improving and will be getting better. But later on, of course, we are doing qualifying right now. Later on today, we'll have the race at 3:30 GMT. That is 12:30 local time in Brazil. And here we go then. We're all getting set, all preparing. Oliver Behrman getting ready for this wet session. How is he going to get on? Brilliant in the dry. And we're about to see how he's going to get on in the wet.
Should we try again? Well, qualifying part 2. Let's see if we can do it this time. 7:30 a.m. in the morning over in Sao Paulo, Brazil. It is the earliest qualifying in history. Never before have we done it this early as well. Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, but same conditions. Wet weather is the call here. And around this Interlagos circuit, as I said yesterday, you could hardly tell where the two lakes are. 58% of the lap is supposed to be in full throttle. We won't be using the DRS zones. 15 turns in total. And the only tyre that we're going to be using is going to be the blue wet weather. Only 2 of those, though. And you've got a very wet race ahead of us. Watch out, there's maybe someone will risk it for green intermediates as well. I doubt we'll ever see the soft, medium and hards today. It's a tricky weekend ahead of us as we come up to the commentary box as well. Omi's still with us. Megan Birch joins me now in the comms box as we look down, Megan. There's cars on the circuit. There's no real rush. We're 3 minutes away from qualifying, and I don't think we'll start on time again. It's
who knows? We might only get Q1.
Very close to your matching shirts today. Very nice. But yeah, it's raining still. There's a lot of standing water out there. We're just stuck.
We might only get one.
Yeah, we're just stuck, aren't we? We've kind of it's this early in the morning, and we're just like nothing's going on.
It really isn't going on. And my timing screen isn't working.
Yeah,
yours is.
Well, I left all the data on from yesterday, bar the stuff in the MacBook, because the MacBook would have overheated. So that's great news at the moment.
To you.
All the information we've got on race control is from yesterday, which says start of qualifying is postponed. But we've been told that qualifying will start on time in 3 minutes. And Omi, the cars are lining up at the end of the pit lane, so they can't delay it now. It's Gasly.
Things done.
There could be an increase in rain in about 15 minutes or so.
So end of Q1.
End of Q1, yeah. As you say, Megs, it might not happen. But Omi, the cars are lined up, ready to go with 2 minutes until the green light. They want to go fast. And, of course, with wet weather tyres, there are no tyre blankets. They can go straight out there on the circuit.
Yep, absolutely straight out there on the circuit. So I'm here until Ed gets here, because I think he's meant to be joining us in this session as well. Max Verstappen still in his garage, but yeah, it's just going to be laps off the laps of attacking this Interlagos racetrack. And we've got a line at the end of the pit lane, and we are actually going to get qualifying underway after trying yesterday and not being able to do it.
Megan is frustrated watching her timing screen go round and around and around.
It really is frustrating. For those of you who have seen the intro, they've added Ollie Behrman into the intro. I mean, I suppose it's because this weekend, technically, as you said yesterday, takes away his rookie status, so he gets added in.
It does indeed. There you go, Mex, I believe. Voila! You have a timing screen.
What has happened to the bottom of that?
We haven't got the race control messages there yet. That hasn't loaded in because we haven't got one yet, so that'll fly up in a second. So there we are. DRS disabled. That's the latest news from race control, as we've been told.
Yeah, in fact, Zara's present up.
I didn't really need to be a journalist to work that one out. Now our timing screen's refreshing itself.
Unfortunately, it doesn't have a bow.
So, ready for qualifying in around about 30 seconds. There's the timing screens updating themselves to work for us here in the commentary box. All set, all ready to go.
Another gift for her. An exciting race. Yeah. We already gave her an exciting MotoGP.
Yes, we did. Let's just see how long this is actually going to last, shall we? I'm not expecting us to be here for long.
And a quali. That's the point. Zara gets a quali and a race on the same day.
Only the 6th time in history we've qualified on a Sunday. That has not been in regulation.
And of all the days.
Well, it's the 12th time in history we've qualified on a Sunday. The 6th time that we've done it through force majeure. Because, of course, we did 6 qualifyings in 2005 on the Sunday format. 3, 2, 1... Qualifying finally begins here for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, and the cars venture out onto the circuit. And Megan, the conditions are not optimal, but I think this is the best we're going to get.
They're entertaining.
Get out there, get some lap times on, because the first one to throw it in the wall, it'll be a red flag. And there's more rain coming.
There's a lot of puddles in the exit. Well, the exit of pit lane.
Yeah, Albon heads out. Norris behind, Gasly. Omi, how crucial is this going to be? Because if someone throws it in the wall with heavier raining coming, they are really going to be on the back foot here.
Yeah, absolutely. It means that everyone has to get on the circuit. Basically, now you always need to get a lap in wet conditions out there immediately. in case the weather does get worse. So everyone should be coming out onto the circuit as soon as possible, and it means that we start getting the cue at the end of the pit lane and the slowing down.
We're watching Albon's onboard. He's the first to meet the conditions. They don't actually look that bad, Megan. They look like they're doable on wet weather tyres. It just looks like a normal wet race now.
It does.
Oh.
It's going to be difficult to set.
I was saying that, and there's a lot of
mist.
That's down the Retroposta, and there's a huge amount of spray.
It's going to be difficult to set lap times.
Yeah, and Tsunoda's struggling under acceleration. Alexander Albon's fine though. He's got the front of the conditions, and now Albon is got a clear track in front of him. Those following behind him, yeah, the spray is still there.
I reckon Mercedes might actually do well.
Yeah, it's their type of circuit. It's their type of conditions. Russell and Hamilton are well here.
They both thrive on the wet weather.
Hamilton had qualified here in 2012, 2016 and 2018 on pole position. George Russell qualified on pole in 2022, but he did that by winning the sprint race. On board with Lando Norris, Alexander Albon is into turn 1 now. He has the fastest conditions. There's a lot of water there, Megan. Still on that start-finish straight as Norris begins a lap time into turn 1. It's going to be just... And there's a yellow flag already in sector 3.
That would be Lawson.
Yeah, now has he gone straight on and it's a double yellow flag? Is this going to have to be our first red flag of the session? Lawson's off.
Could be.
Down at Junção, and that's hard to get up because it's a swamp down there now. So that's going to spoil everybody's lap time anyway. Wouldn't be surprised if it will become a full red flag as Norris goes through. And is that Verstappen? Yeah, Verstappen blocked him on the inside line.
Right, can we see from here? Okay, so we can't see from here where it is because we are on the aerial view, so we might be able to see in just a moment.
I've just had an idea. I'll fly to... Oh, he's reversing up the pit lane.
Okay, so he can get moving.
Yeah, Lawson's just gone straight on as Junção. He hasn't crashed. He's going to reverse back onto the circuit.
Should
We've got to green flag.
These?
In a minute. Because Lawson's got going again. And that has spoiled Albon's lap, I believe. Yes, it has. And... it won't spoil... No, it hasn't spoiled anyone, actually. They've got going. Yeah. So Lawson just locked up and went straight on. So nobody actually threw it into the wall on me. I forgot we've got the onboards. I can just flick.
Yeah, no one threw it into the wall yet is the critical thing in this one. As Norris rotates the car now, around the final few corners, foot to the floor then, all the way towards the line. Try get on the power, and then we'll try to see where the McLaren is, where the papaya McLaren is, as it goes up towards the line now.
It is literally a ball of spray as we approach the line. Norris is fastest at 131.608.
Not actually losing that much time.
Albon's at 132.456. This is what happened to Lawson again on the onboard, and I think he's just going to aquaplane off. Yeah, locked up the front and just straight off the circuit there.
Well, at least the full wets are getting used.
Yeah.
At least he stayed on the road.
Didn't put the barrier either. Oh, this is a great view. Driver's eye with Charles Leclerc coming into Magullo. And, well, yellow flag sector 3, and it's Zhou Guan Yu. Has he done the same
corner? Same corner.
He's done the same thing, look. You can, has he? Oh, I can't see him.
He has.
Green flag, he's got going.
There he is.
Yeah, so Lawson just went wide. That's going to spoil Leclerc's lap, though.
There.
Yeah. The rain coming down so hard. Driver's eye really giving us a fantastic viewpoint of what it's like out there. And the conditions just getting worse and worse and worse as they fly through.
I've never seen Mercedes look so happy.
Here's George Russell over the line. Russell goes fourth. Another yellow sector 3. This time it's Lance Stroll. So,
do you know what? No. It wasn't anyone. I think they all kept moving.
Oh, well, Stroll was there.
Yeah, he was there, and so was Williams.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
You don't get many people called Lance in the modern era, do you? Of course, in the medieval time, everyone was called Lance a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm here all day. It was Lance who went off the circuit. Yeah, just locked up.
Ah, but he kept going.
Do you know, I saw that joke this morning. I thought, how can I work it into the broadcast? And he goes straight off the track to give me an opening. Thank you, Lance. Comedy duo there. Lance, who, by the way, had his best ever result here last year, qualified third, finished fifth in the race. He was actually one of our stars this time last year. Yuki Tsunoda, used to racing in very wet conditions, as we got yellow flag sector 2.
Thoughts on the track?
It's Lance again.
Yeah, a bit of aquaplaning down to turn 4. Otherwise, not too bad, just low grip.
Tsunoda
the British,
goes,
everyone.
Yeah, Tsunoda's third, 132.88. As I was saying, Tsunoda's used to racing in wet conditions back in Japan. Hamilton's been off the track, double yellow at turn 12, so even he's gone off down at Junção. And we've had, again, another one off the circuit further back. Megan.
Can I just say, Lance was in that area.
I think it was Lance as well. We'll have to double check.
But also, I love that. Everyone else going off. Lando Norris, yeah, just a little bit of aquaplaning, not too bad. The British, everyone.
Lando!
This is just Sunday,
Yeah,
literally.
It's a Sunday drive for him at the moment in these conditions. Franco Colapinto having a few moments on the outside there as well. Let's see what they're going to do about it. They've just got to be so careful. You can see the wet weather controlling the slides around, and that's the problem, isn't it, Megs? Just one slide, one twitch, and you're in the barrier.
Lando's just said, I can't believe it, I've just been turn 8. What did he turn into turn 8?
Bottas has come in for intermediates. Bottas has gone onto the circuit. Take a look at the inters here, everyone. Where's the tyres?
Is he okay?
Yeah, look, Bottas is on intermediates.
Brave.
That's an extremely brave call.
Especially when the wets aren't really helping.
Best lap times on the screen now.
Let's see though. Oh, he's already up 45 thousandths of a second.
Ocon's gone top, 129, and off the circuit again goes Valtteri on the Inter, so Inters are not the right call.
Yeah.
Way off the circuit at turn 4, Justina Delaga. Oh, there's a laugh or cry, to be honest with you.
Bit of both.
It's one of those situations where you just don't know what's going to happen next.
Was it Valtteri?
I don't know, this is... Oh, there's Stroll flying off at Justina Delaga. Oh, I nearly got in the gravel as well. That was nearly a red flag. Do you remember when Russell ended up down there a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
And this is Russell.
A little bit of contact.
And Sainz. And there was nearly contact to the front wings there.
I don't know, I think when they were exiting, they might have accidentally touched a bit.
Maybe banged wheels a little. Norris! Lap time deleted, track limits, turn 2, lap 5.
That was...
That's Charles
must have been
Leclerc
the radio.
off the circuit as well at turn 4. And they're aquaplaning on full wets as well.
Liam Lawson's just... Ever since his first off, he's
Rain's getting heavier, Megan. Rain's getting heavier. So this...
Stroll 5th.
Yeah, well, Stroll goes well here, I keep saying. 10 minutes to go.
Does Canada have a lot of rain?
It does.
Oh, that explains it.
Over the line from Max Verstappen. It's getting abysmal. I wouldn't be surprised if we're getting near a red flag level out there. It's looking like 1993 and 2003, the level of spray we've got here as well. It's just bucketing it down. It's getting heavier and heavier.
Looks
No
like
sign at the moment of the red flag.
Looks like a day in Victorian London. Can't see anything.
It's one of those days, isn't it, where we're all just thinking the same thing.
Russell.
There doesn't seem to be that much standing water, so think about Inters.
But it's the spray.
That's because the water's in the air.
Yuki Tsunoda's done a 1:29.172. He's gone fastest overall. Slowly adjusting themselves, I think, Megs. But I don't know. It's a difficult situation to get right out there, isn't it?
It is, and the cold's really getting to my teeth.
Cold, who getting to your what? Tooth. Oh, yours. Yeah, mine too. Hamilton again lost a lap time. It's Yuki Tsunoda who's on first place at the moment with pole position.
Yellow.
Got a yellow flag. It's Franco Colapinto. Leclerc's only gone second. Yellow sector 2. Red flag.
That might have been contact with Behrman.
Well, the red
because he was right next to him.
The red flag's come out. So that's it. With 8:50 to go, the red's out. Medical car's deployed. And Franco Colapinto has gone into the barrier. Now, that's at the curve to solve. That's at turn 3.
Isn't this his first crash?
And just quick, that's where we had all the problems back in 2003. That's where you get aquaplane because there's another stream of water that comes down there. That's not his fault. That's his aquaplane on the water that's come down from there.
Behrman was suspiciously close to him at that time, though. Though also, isn't this Colapinto's first crash?
Yes.
Oh. Rookie's first crash.
Not his fault. He's 9th at the moment, but yeah, Colapinto is fine. Medical car goes out to make sure of that, but red flag's out. Session is suspended. But that's at turn 3. We've seen, well, even Schumacher's gone off there in wet weather conditions back in 2003.
I love how he still finishes in 9th for this bit.
I just have to point out, if that rain's coming down worse in 15 minutes, remember, look at Hamilton, 20th. Russell's 18th.
And Sauber's at the bottom as usual.
Let's take a look at what happened then for Franco Colapinto. Out of 2. And look, he's going to hit the accelerator.
Racing line.
Yeah, I've seen it. That's exactly the same as 2003. not his fault at all. It's just the water that you get traction there. We even saw that when we had to run qualifying later here in 2016, I want to say.
Sorry, mate.
There.
It wasn't your fault.
Yeah. 110% not his fault, that one. That's the weather conditions. It could happen to anybody, and I said it would happen to anybody out there. It's those conditions. Right, we've opened up the BBC blog to give you some more information while Omi heads back down to the pit lane.
You know, I think Colapinto's stolen Russell's title as Mr. Consistent.
So, red flags out. This is the order at the moment. Tsunoda, Leclerc, Ocon, Perez, Alonso, Stroll, Verstappen, Sainz, Colapinto. Norris is 10th. Hülkenberg, Gasly, Piastri, Lawson, Behrman, Albon, Albon, Zhou, Russell, Bottas, Hamilton. Imagine if we can't, if the rain gets heavier and we can't resume, and that's the grid. Tsunoda on pole.
I'd love that.
That would be brilliant. Tsunoda would get his first ever pole position in Formula 1.
I'd love that because all the people, the only person at the top who actually is in the championship contention is Leclerc. And where's Verstappen? He's in 7th. But he's got to deal with Lance in front of him.
And a 5-place grid penalty, so that'll drop him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
right in front of Piastri. So he's still got to deal with McLaren.
Down towards turn 1, yeah. Omi's back. We'll turn the BBC blog off. Omi, it had to be someone, and it turns out to be Colapinto.
Yeah. I kind of was going to say that in the pre-race, that one of the drivers who could lose it was going to be Colapinto, but at the same time, with how impressive he's been, I kind of didn't want to put anything to his name, so yeah. With Colapinto, of course, extraordinary speed. It's kind of hard when you don't know how to get these wet tyres up to temperature. You don't know how to do any of that. It's his first running in it, so yeah. While he's brilliant in the dry, he still needs a lot of practice in the wet, and he's kind of been thrown in the deep end here.
Raining hard on the start-finish line now, Megan, with the puddle forming, and you were trying to work out what position it was.
20.
So where Hamilton has to start at the moment. Yeah. So I don't think we're going to... Well, that could be it. We're expecting track conditions to get worse, Ollie. That's the problem. And he's 15th. So the drop zone might be Albon, Zhou, Russell, Bottas and Hamilton. The two Mercedes have got to go extra fast now in dangerous conditions.
Yeah.
It is really wet out there now. You can visibly see the rain getting heavier. Shouldn't take that long to repair the barrier. We should be underway in about 3 minutes' time, I reckon.
This is why when it gets too heavy, they should just have a big
Charles
dome.
Leclerc, lap time deleted for track limits.
He's not even out there. Is he?
Computer's catching up.
Unless he's running around places.
He's singing in the rain. Q1 will resume at 7:47. I said so.
It's rapping.
I have no idea what she's doing. The iPad going crazy. Can't even plug it back in.
I think they've already fixed the barrier too, because it's only the boarding. Oh, jeez.
Sir Lewis married me. What people do for some extra television. Yeah, the barrier's been repaired. I'm having a look at that on our monitor up here in the commentary box. Barrier's been fully repaired.
There was a more normal one next to it saying Lewis Hamilton, which coincidentally I think it is perfect that those two are right next to each other.
2 minutes 30 until the session resumes then, Megs. And they're all leaving the pit lane to just wait the end because they can tick over for an eternity.
Of course, this is very good for Bottas because it means he can change
Back to the
tyres
wets.
without losing any time.
He did 2 laps on the wets, and they look dry tyres to me, don't you? So they haven't been out on the circuit yet. So
He's changed them.
they're to another brand new set of wets. So both the wet tyres.
He shouldn't use them all.
Yeah, both. Well, they scrubbed both of them. So that set that he scrubbed earlier might be quite good. And now he's scrubbed a set of inters as well. So
He's just preparing for later on.
Valtteri might get a couple of points here, actually. Don't forget, no Total Wolf here this weekend. So Marcus Dunkley's as well there, watching over. It's all getting a bit mad now, isn't it?
In my ears, I just heard 2004.
Yeah, Japan 2004 was the first time we had to run a Sunday qualifying. Let's have fun, noise.
Yeah, it's a lot more rain.
This heavier rain is expected to last for 2 more minutes, and then it will reduce back to class 1 or class 2.
Lance Stroll's had a lap time deleted by the stewards as well. So,
What's it at now?
as I said, it's a class 3 kill storm. I don't understand that class 3. Right, as I said, this is the 6th time in history we've had to run qualifying on a Sunday. Technically, it's the 12th, and the reason for that is because in 2005 we had aggregate qualifying, which means you had a qualifying on the Saturday and a qualifying on the Sunday, and they combined the 2 times together. That was dropped after 6 races, so we don't count those as Sunday qualifyings because it was part of the rules. In terms of qualifying getting forced from Saturday to Sunday, this is the 6th time it's happened in history. The first time it happened was in Japan in 2004 due to the typhoon, and everyone was buckled down. It never came in. It was a completely dry day. This next time it happened was Japan in 2010. Lee Mackenzie's first ever day hosting for BBC F1, and she was put in the literal worst position. It turned out to be a great Grand Prix though. The next after that was Australia in 2013, then we had America in 2015, then it was Japan in 2019, and now here in 2024 at Brazil. It's only the 6th time in history it's happened, and the first time since Japan 2019. Haas are going into the pit box here. Yeah, now is that allowed for Behrman there? Are they putting him back in the pit lane?
I think he might be going back in.
Yeah, they've put Behrman, he's on intermediate, so they've withdrawn him from the fast lane. As the green light goes on, we're back underway here for qualifying number 1. They've withdrawn Behrman from the fast lane. They're going to put him back on full wets because they tried to send him out there on intermediate tyres.
And we realised that was a mistake.
It would just be horrific because there is Yuki Tsunoda.
Are those red tyres?
They're blue but with a red rim.
That's very confusing.
Yeah. If they were out on the softs, I'd be incredibly surprised as they all go out. And I don't think we'll get the usual slowness here. They'll just be carefully leaving the pit lane because there's no point. They all need to get as much lap time as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. That is exactly what they're going to be trying to do as well as we go back out onto this wet Interlagos circuit. Lots of yellow flags throughout, so I think we're going to be getting quite a few more in this session.
Yeah, well, this could get longer. It's already been 18 minutes since the start of the session, just to let you know. So Q1 should have been over. So if somebody wants to bring the niece and nephew to the commentary box, I'll say hello to them when they arrive.
Well, we're not arriving till about 11:30 anyway.
Look at the time. We've still got Q2 and Q3 to do. Do you reckon we really will still be here? Really,
I mean, Cloud's always late, so and you never know. They might have to stop off along the way.
Zara might need feeding or changing.
It's a possible 20 minutes extra.
We can only hope.
Given that Zara's incredibly fussy when it comes to changing.
What's happened to George Russell coming out the pit lane? Has he tried to go fast? Is Hulkenberg ahead of him? Oh, George!
Why are you overtaking that far down the pit lane?
If it's good enough for Max.
Put in the wall.
Kind of put yourself at a risk.
Yeah, what did you expect to happen, especially in wet weather?
Well, Max did that to George last year, so George just knowing the regulations. It's legal. Is that legal?
It shouldn't be.
Is that legal? I shall make it legal. Surprised no one's done that yet for a meme. Yeah, Tsunoda almost put him in the wall there as well, actually. Look at that, a load of standing water at Super boxes. Someone's going to throw it in the wall there.
Can't even see Piastri as he goes down that straight.
No, you had to look at the timing monitor to see who that was, didn't you?
I couldn't see.
Tell.
I was just like, okay, so that's Piastri.
Because Norris is down at Magullo at the moment. Well, he's just coming into the oranges, actually, and Behrman's ahead of him. So this is Piastri on full wet by the times. Look at the amount of standing water on the entry as well to Curva de Sol, the Retroposta. The rain's getting heavier.
Piastri can't even see.
No, you are completely blind. You're driving on your wit's end here into turn 4. It's practically muscle memory. Look at that. You can barely get the traction down coming out of turn 4 to Tina Delaga.
I suppose it's a blessing they can see round the corners.
Up to Ferradora, and he's almost putting it round. Not great at all. I'll be amazed if we don't get a serious accident here and a red flag again. Look at it. Look at it. It's aquaplaning. As soon as the drivers go over it, the water's just coming down so hard it's replacing it. Seriously, let's hear from the clear. He's going to call for a red flag.
And track is still fast. People matching their lap times and we will get faster.
Sky Sports app.
I don't think
But
it
how
will.
much more dangerous will it get?
Yeah, that's the question. The track may be getting faster, but there's more rain coming in, I mean, and the visibility's poor.
Yep, absolutely. So this could actually be very critical right now to actually get the lap in that case, if they are finding it going slightly faster at this stage. 5 minutes to go on the clock. Oscar Piastri now heading towards the line, currently in 13th. McLaren need both cars to be up there in the top 10, and he's going to come over the line and goes up to P5.
I'm telling you now, someone's going to slam it into the top of the hill at Super Boxes after Junção. Someone's going to slam it in the wall there. There's a wash starting to come across the surface there.
Oh, it's a slow
and
lap
that's
for
exactly
Stroll.
what caught out Webber and Alonso in 03. The wash at the top of the hill.
Stroll's on a slow lap.
Speaking of Alonso, he's going through that part of the circuit now. The track conditions, well, apparently the first sector is wet. Sector 3 is intermediate, but no, it's not. It's full wets right now.
Yeah.
Albon across the line. Oh, look at that! He caught the white line on pit lane. So 1:34.41. He's moved up into 7th place, but Albon only throwing it in the wall as well. He just lifted ever so slightly as well.
Hamilton. No, it's Russell still in the drop zone. Speaking of.
Verstappen's got the fastest middle sector. This is Russell off at the first corner, Megan.
So, yeah, it's just went straight off. I mean, it's like there's a whole new corner for him.
Oh, the nasty bump as well.
Cut in front of Albon.
And that's why Albon's first sector was down.
Yeah, because of Russell.
At least you don't go right around the outside of curve to solve in these conditions. Russell did have his lap time to leave for track limits, and we're now watching him coming through Interlagos up to Fredadora.
Russell seems to be really struggling right now.
But Verstappen struggling as well. His fastest was middle sector, but he stayed in 9th place as he came across the line. Verstappen hasn't improved out there. He tried to, but couldn't.
So what we're learning is that the Red Bulls can handle the middle sector, but no other sector right now.
I've just looked down at my PC and realised why we were having so many streaming issues.
Why?
Look at the gigabytes remaining on it, 8.5. Haven't deleted the streams this weekend. So that's why it's all going wrong. I might ask Trevor to replace the hard drive with an SSD over the winter. Well, it's worth. No, look how fast that computer is now. Imagine how fast this one would go.
I wouldn't know, I haven't tried it yet.
Oh, it's really fast. Imagine how, mine's quick, but imagine how quicker mine would be. I might ask him about it at the party. Over the line then, Russell's still in 20th place. We think it's what, Fernando? Fernando wants Inters. Russell's up to 2nd. Yellow flag.
Who's that? And that's
Hulkenberg.
Hulkenberg, yeah. Oh, and Verstappen's just going round him. So,
Track clear. I
yeah.
think he's just gone off. I think Hulkenberg's just gone off the circuit.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can get his onboard quickly to load. Nico Hulkenberg.
Okay, can I just say this really
Yeah,
quick?
look, he's on the ground. Yeah, Hulkenberg's gone off. He's just gone off at Junção and he's gone off into the grass.
Should we get really suspicious right now that Ollie has been near 2 people who have gone off?
Verstappen went up and into 3rd and immediately had his lap time cancelled for track limits.
I swear he's pushing them off with him.
And Ocon goes 2nd. This is Hulkenberg, Megan.
Keep an eye out for Berlin. He's probably pushing them off with him.
Carlos Sainz, lap time deleted. Hulkenberg, lap time deleted. Verstappen's down to 11th and Hulkenberg just locked up. And no grip.
There's Berlin.
I know you.
There he is.
Yeah, I mean, Megan's right. Behrman's been in twice now. And he's had his lap time to leave for track limits.
This is getting suspicious. Are we sure that Magnussen really is unwell and he's not just being kidnapped by Behrman for him to get more practice?
Could do. There's the confirmation of Verstappen's lap time being deleted for track limits. So many
Last time I had a P1, it was ruined.
Hamilton needs a P1 right now. Oh, no, 17th. He can't do it. 1.8 seconds down. So Hamilton might be out in qualifying 1 here, just like in the sprint yesterday. Well, the sprint qualifying on Friday, where he was 17th. Lawson lap time deleted now, puts him 16th. Hamilton's having to use all his wet weather mastery. Down Retroposta to Interlagos. 48 seconds to go, and he's up on Hulkenberg's time. Just don't need a red flag now. Oh, and he nearly causes it. Sliding it out of turn 4, Megan. He's fighting for control as he passes Piastri.
It's getting really close with things right now.
Yeah, it's on the limit now, isn't it, as well? It's almost like it's not fun anymore to come in and have a go at me. Verstappen stopped, he's in the pit lane. Oh, and Hamilton's snapping around everywhere.
Oh.
It's
all over the road. Norris is also in 14th.
Oh, right. Yeah, look at that. Norris is in the danger zone as well. Now, what's his first sector time? Oh, he's coming through. Colapinto's in 13th place. Hamilton's sliding everywhere. He's fighting for control. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Checking flags out then. In the first part of qualifying for the Brazilian Grand Prix, it's 7:56 a.m. And who is about to be in the wall? Hamilton's really pushing it, but he's almost putting himself in the wall. Colapinto's in 14th. Norris is in the danger zone. Hamilton's going to kick him out and does so. Hamilton to 14th. Norris has had a bad first sector. Lando Norris might not even be in qualifying as a brief bit of sunshine comes over the back half of the circuit. Immediately replaced. Piastri's in the pit. Stroll's in the pits. Hamilton 14th. Colapinto 15th.
Damn car, man.
Lewis not liking the car setup. Lando Norris is up, and Albon is fastest. 1:29.072. Williams might be off for pole. Behrman goes 15th. Russell goes 2nd. Tsunoda goes 3rd. Can Lando Norris do it? Gasly goes 4th. Norris takes the flag. He's only 14th. Lawson and Zhou still to come though. Lawson goes 14th. That's fine. Yeah. I think we can all breathe a sigh of relief there. Norris gets through by the skin of his teeth. Ocon goes 3rd. Max Verstappen is 12th. He's going to be improving.
Doesn't even change position.
Yeah, and Verstappen, 1:28.522. Half a second faster. The two championship protagonists, 1st and 15th. Zhou, 1.3 seconds down. Why is he in Formula 1?
Didn't even change.
He's
time.
3 seconds back to Verstappen.
And he's over half a tenth. He's 6 tenths back from Paul Kummer's time.
So Zhou Guan Yu, as soon as I realised it, I was like, oh, that's fine.
There's like the worry of seeing someone not cross the line yet. It's like, oh, it's show.
Yeah, we're fine.
I think he needs more practice in FP2. I mean, not FP2, F2.
And we are through.
Lewis has got to be one of the
You
top.
got lucky.
Lewis is out though, so's Behrman, Colapinto, Hülkenberg and Zhou all failing to make it. Lewis Hamilton eliminated.
Why?
July?
Just to get through it.
The reason why, Lewis, is because it is wet and raining, so everyone's tyres are messed up.
It's as bad as Andrew Shovlin there. He's got to dig his way out of this one with Toto Wolff later. I'm coming up with all the bad puns this morning, aren't I? It's 10:58 in the morning here. Piastri lap time deleted. So Piastri,
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, it's in the pit lane lap time as
He's
well.
still 9th.
I was expecting Lewis to do well in the rain, but obviously not, says Jess. Yeah, that's the end of the first session.
Something we can all agree with. Zhou Guan Yu, speed up.
Yeah, not great there. So it is Verstappen, Albon, Russell, Ocon, Tsunoda top 5, Gasly, Leclerc, Perez, Piastri, then Alonso the top 10, Sainz, Stroll, Bottas, Lawson, Norris to the 15. The drivers eliminated: Hamilton, Behrman, Colapinto, Hülkenberg, and Zhou. So as we take the ad break, let's head down to Omi in pit lane, and we'll just shift the roles back.
Yep, absolutely. Well, that brings an end to Q1 then, and a very interesting Q1 as well. Lando Norris nearly getting eliminated, but it was Liam Lawson also kicked out Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton finds himself out. Oliver Behrman also out as well. Oliver Behrman, a driver who, just like Colapinto, doesn't have the experience with how to get these how to get these tires up to temperature. So in the wet, he was always going to struggle compared to the rest. Colapinto, of course, also joins them. And then Hülkenberg, and we're not really surprised, but Zhou, whether it's wet, whether it's dry, like we said yesterday, also finds himself out as well. But I think we could be in for a really shock result at the end of Q3 by the looks of things. And even Q2, first of all, we're going to get shock eliminations in Q2. But then in Q3, Josh, I think we're going to find ourselves possibly with a shock pole sitter.
Albon's looking good, isn't he? So is Ocon. So no, the unusual guys looking so good, aren't they? And it's going to be fun. And I just, it's too tight to call. I love it.
Just looking at the American election thing.
As you would. What do you think?
I think it is really difficult at the moment given the weather. I mean, no one... It's basically, to use a rain analogy, washing everything away. Washing everyone's abilities away.
The car was out of drive, said Lewis Hamilton. Liam Lawson's going to remove the aero balance if he agrees, so they don't want that coming through on the monitor.
Tell you what, Liam's been quite strong in the racing thing.
Oh, Verstappen.
Going fastest in Q1.
P1 at the end. Lovely.
He seems happy.
Doesn't he, Amy?
That's refreshing.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, he's got that grip balance, I forgot about that.
Hamilton won't take part.
Oh dear.
Well, yeah, it's all going wrong for Lewis Hamilton, and when we thought the wet conditions might come, he might come alive, he might be able to put some magic into that car. It just doesn't seem to be working for him.
It really doesn't. It was snappy. We saw it, didn't we? And there's him going off the circuit. It wasn't gripping. It wasn't biting. It was struggling a lot. And I think as well, it was a good a break for a minute. Megan, the problem was he had no grip, and Russell had grip. Hamilton didn't. So what setup is different for Lewis? He's running the older floor spec compared to everything else.
That could be it, given the curbs.
Yeah.
The curbs may not be standing up that much. Oh.
Rain coming in over the circuit.
That's to see as well.
Yeah. We'll hand
I
back
think.
yeah, it is coming over there, just at the exit. We'll hand back over to Amy, and he'll reintroduce qualifying number 2.
Yes, absolutely. But Lando Norris nearly finding himself eliminated as well. He was in 15th, as we mentioned, let off the hook by Joe. Of course, Albon, as you mentioned, looking quick. Verstappen also up there. So is George Russell, who really needed the lap, found himself for the majority of the session in that bottom 5. He was able to get himself up, so that was really critical for him. Tsunoda was also the topper of the session for a while, so he's done well. Perez also was able to...
It's eased off now, so potentially the best conditions will be now at the start.
And if you're...
Yeah, absolutely. But of course, we saw Perez go through. He was in 8th, but this is going to be the real tough challenge for him, as we got a Q once again at the end of the pit lane. Josh Birch, Q2's underway.
Thank you, Amy. Away we go then for qualifying 2, and Ferrari straight up there, Sainz ahead of Leclerc, and that needed to happen.
Look at that puddle.
Yeah, it's not nice, is it, the exit? Although it does look like it has at least stopped raining for the time being.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like there's any new rain coming, so the team, Albon's team are right. This is the best of the conditions right now, so go out there and set the best lap times, because there's more rain coming.
There is. And it's 15 minutes this session, so that will take us to 18 minutes, and then usually a 5-minute gap, so 25 teams probably end.
Yeah. Which isn't bad, really, but
Yeah.
we're saying that's going to be on the basis that 15
Going out
drivers can
scratches.
keep it on the road, yeah.
I mean, they couldn't before. Then again, Bateman's not on anymore, so he's not going to curse people off the road.
Barely raining as Q2 starts, so we're going to be in for a very quick session. It looks like McLaren are going to go straight out there on intermediate tyres only. Good call for them. Brave call. They've got a championship to think of, but that's Piastri going out there. Norris is
Piastri
out
visor
there.
down.
What's Piastri going out there on?
I want to say intermediates.
Wets for Norris. What about Piastri?
I thought he went out on intermediates.
Well, I thought I saw him on intermediates. We'll have a look. There's the tyres.
No one knows.
Oh, we've opened up the tyre graphic, which tells us everything that they need to know for tyres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're testing it out.
Right. Good call in that regard. Oh dear, what's happened to our system? We're all laggy.
You haven't deleted any of the streams.
I know, but we were laggy a bit. We're fine now. Hello. Form's data doesn't know what to do with itself half the time. It's like, am I live? Am I go? Am I okay? What's going on?
Like it's drivers.
It's been left on all night as well, because we had a problem with it. And I knew we would need to leave it from qualifying. Sainz then, 22.716 in the the first sector. Should be quick. Got to go fast. 12 minutes to go already. Track temperature 23 degrees, air temperature 20.1. 93% humidity, wind speed 1.8. It's staying, but that's blowing the wind away. We need the rain. We need the wind to stop, and just hold this grace period for a little bit longer.
Yeah, just like be steady, please. And we're currently on board with Carlos Sainz, who I liked that he had a nice little dinner, included Lando with the dinner. Seems to be sat next to him too. I wonder if he included any other driver. You know, Charles.
I think Charles was there. Yeah. Take a look at the speedos.
So the two people he likes the most. Both Ferraris seeming to have fast sector times. Charles has fast sector 1 and Carlos has fast sector 2. No one's set third.
Sainz over the line, and he does a 1:29.406, so he gets the fastest time so far. I think I need to tweak the graphics after this session. They're not looking happy with me. Leclerc, 7th, goes top. 1:29.332 on the board.
On board with Piastri. Recognise the helmet.
Yeah, Verstappen's gone 3rd fast, by the way.
Right, so what does this first sector bring for Piastri? 4 tenths down, currently still got green.
Russell's 2nd, Lawson goes into 4th with a 1:29.807, so there's still something there to be considered.
Stroll?
Bottas.
And here we see Joshua Birch lost for words.
Are we in Alonso?
Oh.
Stop the clock. Red flag's out. Stop the clock.
End of session.
Megan's very happy right now.
Brilliant session. That's it.
1:28.707. Perez.
Keep the session going.
Just as surprising to see Sergio Perez on top, isn't it, Omi?
Yeah, absolutely. As Piastri now makes his way through, it doesn't look like he's going to be heading to the top. Ocon right now over the line. And Norris not getting a good lap either one. It's currently good enough for P8. Piastri and Verstappen pushing on. Piastri up towards the line. Verstappen quicker than Perez.
It's keeping over Megs, isn't it?
Right, so who's quicker than Verstappen? Well, Piastri goes 3rd with a 1:28.925. Norris boxed for intermediate tyres. Verstappen goes top with a 1:27.771, so he's finding the time out there. And McLaren finally deciding, do you know what, let's put both our drivers actually on the tyre that seems to be the best at the moment. I wonder when all the other teams are going to make that decision too.
Made some titivation to the graphics there as well, so that it's all back in sync. It was out of line because we've redone the orderings a little bit.
Purple.
For Piastri, 22.029 as well, so he's starting to get some more, I want to say speed back, but he's certainly going through, isn't it? Why isn't this garage? We need to take some allergy tablets.
This garage is causing major problems.
Are we taking an allergy tablet?
No.
Let's take some allergy tablets and then we'll be okay for Grand Prix.
Because we're both having issues with it, but he's not even on.
Send down some of those fancy heaters. Is Ocon boxing? Yeah, he is, and he could have gone top there.
Intermediates.
Yeah, I think Inter's the right call now. Inter's are now faster. But
it for the track conditions.
Just takes one little drop. These are the best drivers in the world, though. They should be able to handle the conditions, but if the water gets underneath the car, no matter what you've got underneath it, it's just going to aquaplane as soon as it hits the wooden plank. It's like a sailing boat. Piastri, though, top. 1:27.141.
Dangerously close to those 126s.
Yeah. Not bad, is it, at the moment?
Ooh.
Nice. 1:29.583 is his time. He's got the cut-off.
Albon and Ocon exiting the pit lane now with new tyres. And I'm going to wonder what they're going to choose.
I believe I'm pressing I for intermediates. I need to press T for tyres. I believe it's intermediates, Megan.
Yellow.
Oh, it's Russell! Russell spun down and... Oh, he's going to come right across Lawson there.
Ooh, that was very close.
That was at Magullo. Lawson's going to be angry about that one.
Intermediates.
Yeah, Russell's on intermediates.
Intermediates.
Is this going to be a loop around for him at Magullo then? Turns a wide line in.
Catches a wet patch. I'm guessing there.
Yeah. Loops it round. And then dangerous driving a little bit because he's going to come
looks
straight
round,
across.
sees Lawson coming, just like, okay, got to get out of his way. I was seeing a thing, like a reel yesterday, and it was of Russell saying about the red flags. when he was on his side when Carlos won in Australia, I think it was.
Red flag.
Yeah, and when he heard Lances coming up and you said, red. Yeah,
it's like, red.
It's like, please not Lance coming out of that corner, please.
It's like, I know what's coming and I'm not going to be there to have it.
It's like, I will walk out of this.
So, times they are improving. Everybody's out there on intermediates as things stand.
Where's he gone?
Apparently, Perez's axe is gone. Is that because... Oh, Albon's into turn 1, so Perez wanted to use him as a tow, but he's just taken off.
He's left him. Abandoned him.
Well, didn't Perez replace Albon at...
Yeah. That's the thing. He's abandoned him for a reason.
How did that go? Okay, Max, we can let Tsunoda through.
Wait, was it Danny who replaced him?
Megan, just take a look at your timing screen and to 6th place, where Lance Stroll has got a 21.771 purple sector.
Temperature in hell. Oh, it's 11:11.
Make a wish. That's definitely what Lance Stroll's doing. Although it's 8:11 over there. Yellow flag, sector 2. It's Sainz! Sainz in the centre S!
With Tsunoda next to him, that's suspicious.
Lawson 3rd. Has Sainz hit the wall? Double yellows out. Russell goes 2nd. But they've entered the double yellow. Now what's happened to Carlos? Oh, he's in the barrier. He's in the barrier hard. Rear wings off. Red flag's out. Carlos Sainz is out of qualifying. He has smashed it into the wall. And the red flag is out. And he's gone off backwards at the centre S. Sainz has done the unthinkable for Ferrari and has put them in a horrible position.
I mean, it's like 7 degrees in hell.
Well, the team that have dominated the flyaways as the rain starts to come down even more, Megan. Here we go again.
Which means we're even more delayed for Sarah's birthday.
We'll be fine. Let's take a look at what happened to Carlos. I looked down, there he is in the wall. I was on his onboard.
Do people actually want us to see our niece?
This is going to be a simple, pathetic spin, and it was. Nothing he could do about that. And he's broken the rear right completely off.
Sainz?
Oh my gosh, sorry guys.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not, but, you know, you say that to people to make them feel better. So it's okay. I would like to see our niece open her presents, or her parents open her presents, given she doesn't really seem that interested in opening things.
They're not going to open them as soon as they arrive. We'll be fine.
They better not. We gotta film it.
This is getting ridiculous, by the way.
So that's 2. Both with C's in their name.
Carlos and Colapinto, yeah. Bad luck for Norris. Norris is 11th again. Here we go. And that rain coming down, Jess is right.
Albon too.
Yeah. And Tsunoda. Tsunoda was quick, and he's just throwing a tower into. Bottas and P7 through into Q3. Yeah. Norris, however, was out there on, to get new intermediates. Lance Stroll's in 3rd place.
He's beating Verstappen.
What was his time? 1:26.910.
There's Lando.
Is he gonna nearly drop it as well at the same point? Yes, he did. Exactly the same as Sainz.
Just kept it on though.
So is there extra water down there? They're saying oversteer.
Could be, yeah.
No, it's downhill. That's where the water's collected, isn't it? It's basic, like geography, or was it?
I need video feedback on the terms, says Lance Stroll, and possibly.
It's like gravity. Look, we're in a cell right now, Megan. What do you think? There's more rain coming now.
Let's just hope that we have enough time and that barrier is quickly replaced.
Well, we're looking at it now on the monitor. What do you think of it here? Doesn't look that punctured. There's tyres as well. It's just advertising.
Just leave it. Just get the car out of the way. I mean, that car, I think, is right next to a Marshall post, isn't it?
Where did he go off? He's gone off at turn 3. Marshall point 3, yeah.
Yeah. So, it's to push it. You don't even need the crane, you just need to push it.
There's the weather radar, Megan. We're in a clear spot now for a while, aren't we? A few little cells.
About 20 minutes, I would say. we might just get through it all.
You're right. Rain is 20 more minutes away. Megan knows her stuff.
I do. I like the weather. I mean, it's just... It's a good habit to have.
Still in the red flag at the moment for Q2, 5:51 on the clock, as the 55 has crashed at turn 3. Well, turn 2, really. Did you have your sandwich, by the way?
Yes.
Was it nice?
Yes.
Okay. I'm hungry again.
Well, look.
I can hear in the background, I don't start loving you, baby. 80s pop jams. Can you hear it? I was made to love you. Is that 80s or is it modern? I can't remember.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Sound is very poppy 80s, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
Omi's back.
Why do all of Carlos Sainz's engineers look like Carlos Sainz? Did they just go down the family tree?
Nobody expects the Spanish manipulation. Ferrari always there. Omi, what are we going to make of this one then? What a mistake to make it. You're right next to the motion point. QT will resume at 8:20.
Getting everything right today.
Yeah. 3 minutes. What do you think, Omi?
3 minutes, and I guess we're going to then hopefully get underway. But yeah, the thing is, with crashes now, they all need to get on with repairing it, because of course we have the race coming up later on today. They've got that. All teams have to be working hard, and if we are going to have any heavy shunts, even for the remainder of this session and then Q3, then it will be costly for the teams.
I love how we just both throw it down to Omi so we can wipe our nose.
Yeah. It's like this box.
It's cold air, but it's getting to us, so we're going to take some allergy tablets in between.
Yeah, and now my nose feels like it's bruised.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I miss my chair.
Would you like to sit down for a bit?
Nah, I'm fine.
Would you like to sit down for a bit?
Remember when Captain Kirk was on the Enterprise A and he sat down in his chair and I miss my old chair. We need another one of those GTM makers.
We do.
We're going to get in touch with them and say, sponsor us.
It's like we love you.
We do. We really do.
We should have stayed in the garage. We are more or less the last car.
Just going to improve through the session here.
But
yes, Sergio Perez, you are the last car. You're 6th at the moment.
Let's see about the temperature and how.
Adam says that Megan, I do a few meteorologists here in the USA. Oh.
Huh.
Have to get tips. Chat Claire. Lando's right there at pit exit, ready to go, isn't he? On inters as well.
He's just like, I cannot be out. I cannot let Max have the upper hand, even though he has a 5-place grid penalty.
Problem is, though, he's on intermediates, right? They have tyre blankets. The wets don't, so they're going to be losing tyre time.
Yeah.
So, Oscar, there's now light drops in pit lane. I think the rain may pick up in 4 minutes or so.
So really
what? Look, they're leaving pit lane.
Yeah, that's a lap then. Carlos Sainz smoothly walking down the pit lane.
Okay, it's kind of raining, and why isn't his hair affected by the rain? Does he have an umbrella just built in? I never understand this about Carlos Sainz. Nothing affects his hair.
It doesn't, does it?
And why does his hair always remind me of Anakin Skywalker?
Your brain. It's your brain.
True.
Doesn't affect it, does it? Same with Gasly.
They both have built-in umbrellas.
Poor Lee McKenzie yesterday left the track looking like she had been dipped upside down. You know, one of those Barbie dolls you dip upside down, and the hair goes like that. Like that. So it just looked like they turned upside down, dipped in the water, and all the hair had gone.
They put her in like a freezer.
Yeah. Green light, and away we go for the remainder of Q2.
That was immediate.
More rain coming as well. The track hadn't gone green before he left the pit lane there. He's like, right, go.
He was just like, I cannot be out of this.
And he is going for it, Omi, isn't he? He's probably like pedal to the metal.
Yes, he wants to get out on the circuit, and he needs to utilize every single second that remains that he can out there to try and get through, because now McLaren have a chance to also capitalize on Sainz being out.
Sainz's camera's been left on, and I'm just watching it up here in the commentary box. It's the most pathetic sight I've ever seen in my life. Have you seen it?
Oh my god.
I'm taking a photo of it because it won't let me screenshot. It's literally all the other cars going back through. It's quite funny. Oh, they just took it off as I got the last photo. I'm so happy about that. But literally, that was quite funny. Literally, all the cars are going past as he was left in pit lane. Right, look at Duck. Let's have a look at Lando Norris on these onboard camera up here in the comments. Oh, he's fighting for control of the Fedora.
No wonder he's full throttling everything.
Fedora.
Just changing the lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lando is full throttling. Throttling!
He's throttling Bart Simpson! Why you little?
Why you little? Why you little?
Dad, it's me! When's your birthday? You don't know
February 23rd! Ha! There is no February 23rd! Yes, there is!
You don't know your own son's birthday? Oh dear. On board with Lando Norris. Driver's eye. Into turn 1. This is where the snap is. He's a lot more cautious through the centre S this time. And then as soon as he gets to curve to Sol, he knows, oh, it's fine now. Bang! Down goes the throttle.
It's like need for speed.
Group and British circuits. He's already 2 tenths faster than Sainz's time. Sainz needs to be eliminated. He's 10th. So he'll still qualify if nobody goes faster.
Yeah, it is hard to sign up to it.
Oh, big twitch through. Big twitch down to Interlagos. Into Fedora. This is where he twitched the last time around. Touched the white line. Got a good exit there, Omi. Lando looks a lot more smoother, and he's got clear track there in front of him, so it should be okay.
Clear track in front of him as well, but he's got to hope that no one crashes further back, or it could be a red flag before he gets to the line as well, as he makes his way now through. We're going to get an idea of his second sector. He was up in the first, but the circuit's improving, so we're seeing lots of improvements. So he definitely needs to be improving by a lot, because others will also have the chance to re-overtake him. So this is going to be really interesting. 2.4 seconds he's up.
Yeah, so the track's much faster as well. Now, what was the gap between Sainz? It was 4 seconds to Piastri, so this should put him around about where Verstappen and Lawson are for Lando. Over the line, conditions aren't great. It's a 1:26.406 ahead of Stroll. Norris safely through. But now, Tsunoda is going to improve from 14th. He goes up to 4th place. That puts Leclerc in the drop zone. Here comes Alexander Albon. He's in 14th. He'll take the line. Lawson, and Albon goes 5th. Out goes Alonso. Alonso, Leclerc, Sainz, Gasly, Ocon.
Speed up.
Both Ferraris in trouble here.
He's following the rules. Speed up.
That's Fernando Alonso.
Look, purple.
Purple sector 2 for Alonso, yeah, 44. And Alonso is fastest! 1:25.035. Fantastic third sector for Fernando. Factory goes 6th.
Sarah's birthday. I didn't realise I was getting presents.
Albon's fastest in the first sector, 21.669. 2 minutes to go on the clock. Alonso might just do it. Stroll 4th. Aston are looking like they're having a miracle. Ocon's 3rd. Verstappen's in P10.
Hold on.
And not improving. Verstappen is not having the best lap time.
Norris is up at this time.
And Albon's faster again. Leclerc.
Yellow.
Sector 1. Well, who is it? It's Stroll. Stroll's off. And this could be critical. If it brings out the red flag, this could be critical because Verstappen's in 11th. That will be 15th. No, it's on top. 1:24.844.
Yes, I know.
Is this critical? If this brings out a red flag, if Stroll's bigged it too hard, it's at turn 3.
His camera.
I can't tell it fast enough. Albon across the line. 10th to 4th. Stroll's in the barrier. Stroll's taken off his rear wing. It'll have to be a red flag. Why
He's
is
reversing.
He not?
He's trying to reverse.
But he's got no
He's
rear
moving.
wing. He's got no rear wing. Look, it's come off.
So they can just run out.
Stroll's in the ground. It needs to be a red flag. He's trying to get
reversing.
it going.
He's reversing.
Where is he? Well, it's not affecting anyone's sector times in the last sector. I assume that now
red.
It's a red flag before everyone got to their lap. And that is going to be so controversial because everybody got to finish their lap times bar Max Verstappen, who is in the second sector. Stroll's knocked off the rear wing. The session won't be resumed. And Max Verstappen and
17th.
Sergio Perez are both out of qualifying.
17th. He'll start 17th on the grid.
Verstappen's going to start 17th. That's going to put Perez in 12th. But both Red Bulls are out of Q2. And why wasn't that a red flag earlier?
I don't know if there's Colapinto's car.
I tell you what, people have been calling that the stewards have been corrupt. Why didn't they let Max finish the lap time?
I mean, they could have. I mean, I don't even know why they've called for a red flag. I mean, Stroll
lost it big time, and it was about 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Before the
Not
red
resumed.
flag. Q2 won't be resumed. Stroll puts in the barrier at turn 3 at Curva de Sol. What on earth was all that about?
I tell you what, Gasly nearly got in.
That's an utter mess. An utter mess from race control. If there wasn't anything that was saying, oh, the stewards are corrupt against Max, that would... And we've been criticising Max, saying he deserves some of the penalties.
They could have... He literally had, like, the rest of the session left. They could have let him.
On that front, I would say that should have been a red flag earlier, or let Max complete the lap time. They let everybody else complete their lap, bar Max. What was his sector time?
23. So it's a decent time.
Yeah.
He would have beaten Norris, I think.
That's ridiculous.
Because he usually speeds up in the second sector.
First sector was slower. Second sector would have been faster because it was still dry.
Because there's a lot of trouble with the first sector, but the second and third are better.
Would his lap time have been deleted anyway for being in the drop, for being past that yellow flag zone? I'm not too sure.
No, I reckon it wouldn't have, because he had already passed Stroll by that time.
We'll never know. Red flag should have been out earlier. It wasn't. James says this is so underappreciated. Red flag should have been out straight away, not allowing to have the majority of the drivers finishing lap times first. There's the reaction, and we're going to hear from Max Verstappen now on the radio, I believe. And I bet Mohammed Ben Salah is going to be getting a few choice words there as well. That'll have to bleep on the radio.
Yep.
What was all that about? Half the field being able to complete their lap times. Jos Verstappen banging the table. Gianpiero Lambesi rubbing his head. Nobody knows what the hell's gone on there. Why was half the field allowed to complete the lap times with a stationary car at turn 1? And the one guy who wasn't is Max Verstappen. And at least they can't say that we're biased against Max, because we're actually saying, why didn't he get to complete the lap time?
Yeah, Russell also didn't get to complete his purple sector lap time.
Yeah, it was 21.603.
So that's 2 of them they actually wrecked the lap times of, because 21... Max might have actually got 5th. Looking at this, he might have got 5th, which would then put him down to 10th in the race.
Perez out in Q2. I don't think we can classify that as anybody's fault in that one. That was a red flag causing the error. Worst qualifying of the year for Max Verstappen. He will be 17th on the grid. Unbelievable. Q2 will not be resumed. Norris, Alonso, Piastri, the top 3. Lawson, Albon, Leclerc, Ocon, Russell, Stroll and Tsunoda. It is a completely unusual top 10 coming through. Neither Red Bull.
I think this is the first time this year that
it is.
Red Bull
yeah.
has finished and gotten through to Q3.
Verstappen's going to start 17th on the grid as well. That might be the back with 3 cars needing repair work as well. Because that's going to be Sainz.
I mean, Stroll's even made it through.
So that's going to be Sainz, Stroll and Colapinto starting from the pit lane for work in Parc Fermé. So that's going to be 17th, and that's literally the back of the grid then for Verstappen. Not great. Let's hand over to Omi as well.
Thank you very much. And if there was controversy after the sprint yesterday on the timing of when the virtual safety car came out, then I think, yeah, the Max fans are going to be going absolutely wild today with that one coming in. So more controversy in this championship, but now it gives us a really interesting race today where we could see the championship swing, and it really could be game on in Vegas, in Qatar, and we could see it finally go down to Abu Dhabi. But Lando Norris, fastest of all, managed to get the lap in as well. Both recalls making it through, so that's great for Lawson and Tsunoda. Stroll, of course, gets his way through, but of course found the wall, so he'll just be in 10th in the session. And then, of course, Leclerc, the only remaining Ferrari now. But McLaren is critical for their Constructors' Championship that they've got 2 cars inside the top 10. Ferrari have only got 1. Red Bull have got none. It is all going pretty wild.
Do you know what's funny?
In this qualifying session, Josh.
Do you know what's funny? The fact that Aston Martin has 2 cars actually in the Q3, but one of them's crashed out. So technically they only have 1. So they're I think it's one of their best qualifyings of the year, and they can't even have both their drivers actually completing Q3.
Yes, indeed. And, well, I guess what a change for Aston Martin, both able to make it through. Alonso will be able to complete, and Alonso, I think, could really go for pole, personally. I think
I would be so happy.
We even saw earlier this year in China, when he momentarily topped the timing page earlier this season. So I think Alonso could be on for pole, but he's going to have to contend with the McLarens. Albon also looked very quick. So who do we think is going to take pole, Megan and Josh?
Right, Josh has just come back in. Right now, I'm really hoping for Fernando, since he seems to be doing well, and there's been a red flag in each qualifying, so hopefully it's not him next time. But Norris is looking strong, but I'm going to have to say, I'm going to go, like, possibility-wise, Albon.
Interesting stuff. That would be a major shock, and he'll really need that after what Colapinto's come in and done to him, really. Is Josh there?
To Interlagos.
What's the time left on the clock?
45 seconds.
Come on, guys. We gotta do a better program.
Unfortunately, with where we are in the pit lane, the whole...
That's not an excuse, mate. No. We should have waited. If everyone is waiting already at the end of the pit lane, why we go?
I agree.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I'm here. I was just hearing from... Hold on. Have you done it yet? I was just hearing from Perez there.
My mouth won't let me.
Take a sip. Megan's taking an energy tablet and she can't drink. Better? Good. Right. Omi, what do you want to ask me? It's Vinto.
Well, who are you going for pole then?
Fernando Alonso.
Oh, here we go. Well, Megan's going Albon, so whichever way the session ends, hopefully ends
Albon,
in a bit
Fernando, I
of
said
a shock.
Megan's... She got concussion or something with her. Rain! 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 It's raining!
Oh my...
Omi, it's raining. Wait, are we
The
not...
rain's coming down.
We've not been told when the session's going to resume yet. No. Carlos Sainz is going over to the Ferrari strategy right now. I'm into it. No, that's Vimto, the original one. Vimto Cherry.
Yeah. I hope this rain doesn't ruin the session. No.
Just to confirm to Megan, there is no cherry in my Vimto because you've had it before.
Okay.
Yes, and have you died?
No.
Then you're fine. Start of Q3 will be delayed.
That will be a memorable birthday for Zara.
Claire! Last time I saw her uncle nearly died.
True. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Megan, you've had a tiny sip of Vimto. There's no cherries in it. You're fine. Do you feel like you're dying?
No, it's actually quite refreshing.
Yes.
But I don't know what that's like. Is it what it's like?
What's that?
I don't know whether that's what it's like.
Yes, Vimto is refreshing.
No, I meant dying.
Let's find out. He's lost it. He's out of control. Anyway, still under the red flag at the moment. We're waiting. Track's clear. Q3 will start at 8:37. Amy.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
I'd be concerned if it was anywhere near 50. We'd be here for a while then.
So would I. This session's going to end around about 50 as well. They're not here, by the way.
Yep.
Good.
Absolutely. So McLaren's going to the end of the pit lane. They need to absolutely nail this. Take advantage of. Ferrari only have one car. Red Bull have no car, especially Norris with Verstappen. And while we came into this with not the most realistic chance of Norris beating Verstappen, I think now the chance has gone much higher of Norris beating Verstappen in this championship and us actually having a fight right at the end of the season. So Sainz now is watching with the rest of us as we are about 2 minutes and 20 seconds away from us getting underway. Charles Leclerc's about to go to the end of the pit lane on those intermediate compound of tyres as he tries to get pole position as well, the only remaining Ferrari. As I mentioned, Lawson, Tsunoda both in there. Tsunoda was looking very good in Q1. Lawson also doing very, very well in this session. Say that he's not got much wet experience. Albon also is one to watch. So 9 drivers all battling for pole. It could be the driver who times it the best rather than the person who has the most pace here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm with you on that one, Emily, as well, as to get ready.
Is everything okay?
Megan was looking through a tube, so I knocked it against her face.
Right.
You should. Well, I've been up since 3:30 a.m. and she annoys me. So
I think I see the sea.
Every 2 days. JT's just getting clips now for the post-season clips review. That's going to be edited. That's going to start to be edited soon. He's telling me that the clips he's collected is around about 25 minutes worth of bloopers.
Only?
Yeah, I thought it'd be a full hour.
I thought that would just be one race.
Yeah.
The bloopers reel this year is going to be insane.
I spot 2 people dressed in yellow.
I see London. I see France.
Ooh, a crane.
I see Lance. Yeah, well, as I said in my joke earlier on, you don't get a lot of people called Lance in the modern era. Of course, back in the medieval era, they were called Lance a lot.
I think if it keeps raining like this, we should just stay out.
And I come back in.
Copy.
Yeah, just stay out all the time. And you've got intermediate tyres that can do the distance, and they're fueled longer, so just go for it.
Someone crashes. Piastri. It's fine. He'll live.
Yeah, he's not dead. We'll go.
It's like, see, he's getting up. He says he's fine.
We just keep having long delays for qualifying here today. It's getting really annoying.
Why? I mean,
Well, hopefully the race won't have too many long ones.
Oh, you're being brave.
how many red flags have we had today?
3. Nice.
So, Lando, we think the best conditions should be within these first 5 minutes. We think there's more rain behind that.
Okay,
Excited?
let's head up to commentary match then. Joshua Match, take it away.
Green light is on for qualifying 3 here at the Autodromo your Carlos Pache. And I wonder how long we'll actually get to head out there on the circuit. Let's hear from Max Verstappen.
Is right now.
It's just the car hits the wall. It needs to be straight red. I don't understand
With
why
you,
it
mate.
needs to take 30-40 seconds for a red flag to come out. It's just...
It looked as though they were trying to let the laps finish. Some people finished the laps, but at that point they realised the
Clearly
car was
they
in a
didn't
dangerous
all.
position.
I don't... You know, honestly, I let it go. It's so stupid anyway to talk about. It's ridiculous.
All right, thank you, Max. Thank you.
Rachel doing a great job there, and Max actually, that's
Very grown
Max
up.
was angry, but Max was respectful there of her and said,
Yeah.
yeah, look, I agree with you, that was ridiculous. Because he's found something out from her that it was in a dangerous position. Lance's car still at the side of turn 3, but I agree with Max. We're seeing this too much now. Yesterday it took 45 seconds for a virtual safety car to
It should
come
be
out.
immediate.
Today it took long for a red flag. It needs to be immediate.
Their laxness is causing problems with the drivers because they don't know where they're going and what they're meant to be doing. They're confusing them. They're basically putting out something
Verstappen,
and then telling them it's not right, and then saying it is right.
yeah, the swear word that Sky bleeped out was bull. Feces. I think that's a brave
Yes.
way to say it. Yes, yes.
It's also correct.
I still think that the stewards, it's not really the stewards, race control, race director Niels Rittick, he needs to get more on the button.
Yeah.
Michael Masi was quicker at throwing red flags. In his
Yeah,
one,
that's saying
in
something.
his 1 year of Michael Masi, what was it, 1 or 2 years of Michael Masi rules? He red flagged, he red flagged it 9 times.
Yeah, he was always quick on the button for everything, to be honest.
Mugello, 3 red flags in 2020. Shakir, red flag. Well, I can't explode it, but yeah, kind of had to red flag that.
Yeah, if he didn't red flag that, I'd be worried.
Belgium, red flag. Hungary, red flag. Silverstone, red flag.
We did
Japan,
have-
red flag.
We did have interesting races with him.
It was good times.
Yeah.
He was a perfect race director until one incident,
Yeah.
and everyone threw him to the wolves.
It's like, bye-bye.
It really annoyed me, actually, because Michael Masi was perfect up until one incident.
Who hasn't had a bad incident?
Kind of did affect the entire championship.
These race
and set-
directors.
yeah.
That's
Look,
a daily
not
occurrence.
as bad as Eduardo Freitas, who nearly murdered Pierre Gasly a couple of years ago. That was, yeah, a little bit on the nose.
I don't know how he got away with
In Japan, of all places, with a tractor. Yeah.
it. Who was that dragging off?
Carlos Sainz.
Carlos Sainz. Do you remember when Carlos was rolling down a hill and his car was on fire?
Austria.
Yeah.
22, yeah. Ocon's provisional pole time is a 1:26.267 in the first part of qualifying 3. Light rain is affecting us at the moment. Let's have a look what Piastri can do. Could get his first ever career pole position over the line. He's yet to have one. He's had 2 sprints. Never had a main pole. It's a 1:26.099.
Woohoo!
Here comes Fernando Alonso. And first up, Lando Norris. pole. 1:25.631. Now, Megan, take a deep breath. Goes on. Be calm. As Fernando Alonso is coming up as well.
But he hasn't got purple.
He's going to start a lap time now.
Okay.
We're going to see how he goes and see what he does. Russell sliding in turn 8. I mean, this is going to be quick now as Alonso crosses the line and goes 5th.
Albon gets his lap time diluted too.
Yeah. So Albon down into 6th. Go on, Omi. This is going to be quite crucial now. Also, note a second. Piastri's fastest into 1.
Yes, Sonoda into second place. Russell rotating the car through, had the fastest first sector momentarily. He's still a 10th up on Lando Norris, with Oscar Piastri also going quicker through the first sector. Leclerc up to second place now.
So Ferrari improving. We've got Piastri going there too. The car's twitching for Russell. He just can't loop it round. He's got to be careful.
There was a twitch.
Yeah. Over Fernando into and second place for Russell. 54 fans off from Norris. Piastri's quick. He's got lost. Ocon middle sector.
What is
Ocon's on pole by half a second.
What is happening?
1:25.085.
Opposite day?
Yeah, nobody expects the French. They're up there now in wet weather. Piastri, pole.
The Australians.
The Australians are fighting back. 1:24.686.
Where's the Kiwi?
Albon! Revenge of the Thailand! Norris! The British Empire's back!
The British/Belgian Empire.
1:24.158. Provisional pole, and out comes the yellow flag.
Who's
it? Alonso! Alonso! He's off the circuit. What's happened? We've got him on the onboard camera. Down, and it's a red flag. Alonso's in the barrier. He's looped it round and he's hit the wall. Alonso's out of qualifying. He could have had pole. Number 23, and he's put in the barrier at Junção. Clear. Megan's collapsed in the commentary box.
Why?
4 red flags. The record is 5. And Alonso's in the wall. Both Aston Martins now probably having to start from the pit lane for repairs. Medical car deployed, but he's already out and walking away.
Well, that was a quick deployment of the red flag this time.
Yeah. That one was on a lap time.
That's because it was Alonso.
Poor Esteban Ocon, who was on a 21.386 first sector. So,
his was worse than the others too.
The red is immediate because the medical car was deployed on the base of the impact, so it wasn't actually the race director who...
It was only there.
It wasn't actually the race director who red flagged that. Because of Alonso's impact, it triggered the G, which is an automatic red flag.
See? His was bad.
Yeah, that's a new thing, by the way. So even if that happens in the race, by the way, a similar impact, it would automatically deploy the safety car. And then a red flag. Yeah, we are going to have so many reds later on today. I saw it happen on the monitor. He was coming through.
So did I.
Yeah, he was coming through. Yeah, you looked down the advert, didn't you? He was coming through Magullo, and he just got the dust. He just got the aquaplane and spun around and hit the wall. Oh, are you all right? He could have had pole. I know. It would have been Fernando Alonso's 23rd career pole.
Speaking of 23rd.
Alexander Albon's in second, equaling Williams' best front row of the last couple of years. I know.
Why?
Here's watch it again.
No!
On the big screen. So, just get to the little bit of a curve. Expert analysis?
You're evil.
Expert analysis, Megan?
You're evil.
Let's hear from him.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so he's in 4th.
Let's watch it again from the off-board. Just snapped in the rear, didn't it, Megan?
Why are you making me watch this?
Because you're the co-commentator. You've got to analyse it.
Caught a wet patch. There, that's analysed.
Omi, over to you.
Yes. And then, straight off into the wall, leaving Aston Martin with a bit of work to do. Not really a bit, some work to do ahead of the Grand Prix later on. So yeah, lots of drivers have now got their teams working hard before the Grand Prix, making the Super Sunday for certain people even more crazier.
Megan's now taking all my stuff from the side of the commentary box because I made a watch and comment on that. Can I have my phone, inhaler and pen back, please? Oh, I get to have my pen, thank you.
You don't need the inhaler yet.
I need my phone.
Not yet.
I do actually.
There's no...
The car just totally snapped away from Alonso downhill, and it's a big impact for the right-hand side of the car. Lots of damage. Lots of damage as well. And there it is again. Max, would you just give me my stuff back?
Fine.
Thank you. She's like a little alpaca. So, red flags out again then. Are they here yet? I can hear Forever Young, which is ironic for Fernando Alonso.
What do you mean it's ironic?
They call him Forever Young. I nearly dropped my phone on the floor now. So, Alonso's out of the session. We'll now wait for the repairs. Shouldn't be too long because it doesn't look like the tyre barrier is that damaged, Meg, so it should be quite quick. 5-10 minutes?
That's not good.
5 minutes max. Oh look, there's the onboard of them taking it away. Megan hates it when it's Fernando. Quite similar though, Romy, to his shunt back in 2003 actually.
Yep, and remind Megan about all those things though.
I'm going to remind her of it all. Fuji 2007. Hit the wall hard. Cost him a world championship that day.
Shut up! Don't you?
I wasn't going to say anything.
Yes.
I wasn't going to say anything. Wet qualifying back.
I knew it!
Oh my god.
Canada last year when he was on the front row of the grid, and then in a dry race he threw it away in the barrier.
What you're saying is not true in my mind.
7 minutes to go as we come through. Imagine a Norris and Albon front row. That would be quite quick. Could have been a Norris and Alonso front row though as well. He wasn't a good lap time before he threw it away into the barrier. So was Esteban Ocon. But there is the FIA clerk of the course getting out of the car to check everything's going to be okay with the barrier repair.
It's not just a telescope.
It's for Christmas. Ted's down in the pits. It's Ted.
For your truckie there, but I can speak for the action already going on in the Aston Martin garage. Some mechanics running around, seeing where bits are located. Everything's being coordinated by Andy Stevenson on the pit wall and Tom McCulloch and all the engineers. And yeah, they will get on with it as soon as they can get the cars back. Did you want to come in, Crofty?
No, not at all.
So yeah, so it's of course Colapinto, Sainz, Stroll and Alonso that will be keeping tabs on before the Sao Paulo Grand Prix to see how many drivers we have. Red flag was much quicker that time, wasn't it? I think we were 19 seconds rather than 40. So, you know, small gains. And we've got a lot of drivers asking what happens next. Liam Lawson saying what's going to happen next. He said, well, it will restart and you'll go out again. Alex Albon, currently on the front row of the grid, saying that he thinks he can go faster if they can get a bit more bite out of the front of the Williams. And George Russell saying definitely new inters, but we need to lower the pressures. Don't know if they'll be able to do that, but we will see. So I don't know, Bernie, whether you're keeping an eye on how many sets of inters they've got through at the moment, but it's getting pretty thin. I've counted 3 for more or less all of them so far. And they're going to have to keep one new set for the end of Q3, or maybe even the race itself.
Yeah, Ted, just to pick up on that, I've got, I think you're right, I've got 3 in use for Russell, 3 new inters, so they have 5 available, so they'll have 1, I think, to put on for this last 7 minutes of the session,
we'll come up with 2
and see how that goes. I can't imagine that in 7 minutes they're going to get 2 runs done, so that'll be it.
There's a man there with a heavy industrial nail gun just to
Q3
make sure that everything that needs putting back in place is going to be properly attached. We have got 4.5 minutes to go now to the start of the resumption. And even with that 4.5 minutes, they're all piling out because being at the front of the queue is exactly where you need to be. It is like the post office on a Tuesday morning, Karun Chandok, where I just go down to get a book of stamps and they're already queuing outside there way before I turn up.
Who's using stamps? Yeah. Who's using stamps these days?
Just email.
Yeah. Email's much fun. Text. Who uses email anymore? It's text. Texting. Email's for departmental and companies, but it's email. No, it's texting. Social media, WhatsApp. My goodness me, if I tried to email everybody that I needed to do, I'd never be off my phone.
emailing.
I'll CC everybody in. So, let's just go through the order if you're watching back at home. Norris, Albon, Piastri, top 3. Ocon, Russell, Leclerc, Tsunoda, Lawson, Albon, Stroll. So, only 8 cars in this one.
What do you mean Albon?
Albon second. Alonso, sorry. It briefly changed. Yeah, Alonso. Nice. Stroll. As they've, look at that. Get the nail gun on it. It'll all be fine.
I find it entertaining that neither Aston Martin will finish and yet they're still in Q3.
Ironic, isn't it, really? Both Aston Martins both crashed out. One didn't even make Q3. One crashed out in Q3. And they're both through compared to the 2 Red Bulls.
Yeah.
And if they have to start for the pit lane, that's going to put Bottas 9th, Perez 10th. But would it put Verstappen 16th? Would his 5-place grid penalty actually become 3-place grid penalty for he's qualified?
That would not be fair.
That's the way it works.
I do not think it would work like that.
Well, if 2 more cars crash out, he gets 5 places taken away and 5 places given back. Don't work, does it? System's broken on penalties like this. There was one year where everybody got a penalty bar Hamilton and the grid completely changed. That was at Monza in 2017. Another wet day.
I remember that.
Yeah, another wet day. Stroll ended up on the front row somehow.
There was another one.
Stroll had a penalty as
later.
well. Yeah. Oh, where was it? Russia?
Don't know. Possibly.
Oh, my stomach's rumbling now. No pancakes were done. I was very annoyed. What are we supposed to do? Oh, there's Alonso's car.
I will get revenge.
I doubt it, because he might crash in the Grand Prix as well. Who should we go on board?
Who do you care about the most in motorsport?
I'm impartial.
That's a lie.
How?
Who can I hope crashes out?
How am I not? How's that a lie? I've never gone. Oh, that's
Everyone has
fantastic.
at least some part that's impartial.
Not really.
Not impartial.
Not really. To me, I'm excited about anybody who wins the race.
Surely not anybody.
Even Max. Max hasn't won in nearly 5 months.
I wasn't referring to Max.
Max has won in 5 months.
Yeah, he really needs to get a win.
He needs a win.
He really needs to win at least once this month.
It would destroy the championship, but he needs a win.
Max's first place
In terms of drivers I dislike, well, Zhou Guan Yu.
That's just because he's driving.
Lance Stroll.
Hey.
So I got rid of Sargent quickly enough.
2 years.
In Azkaban. Ironically enough, we got rid of him in Azerbaijan.
Who's been in this 13 years?
2009. 2011. That was Ricardo.
No, someone else. I'm just trying to think of a line for...
Sergio Perez has been here since Australia 2011.
That's 13 years. Perez gets to say the line of 13 years in
That's
Azkaban.
it. That's it. The only one. 10 seconds to go.
Or was it 12 years? Who's been here 12 years?
That was 2012, right?
12 years in Azkaban. I think it was...
No one.
No one. So no one gets to say it.
No rookie that started in 2012 is still on the grid.
Huh.
That's a weird one.
Or it might just be one of those few occasions where there was no rookie.
No, there really was. Chilton, Bianchi, Pick. They were all in there. Charles Peak, they were all in there.
Wasn't last year a case where there was no rookie?
No, this year was the case where there was no rookie.
Now there is a rookie. Oh, not a Wookie.
Let the Wookie win.
A rookie.
A Wookie?
Let the Wookie win.
Previous polls here, Verstappen, Russell, Bottas, Verstappen, Hamilton, going back 6 years.
I mean, if you want to point something out, Lawson is a rookie right now, and he's an 8th.
Behrman is technically the more rookie. Lawson has...
Is he?
Lawson has actually started...
3? And how many is...
Lawson started 7 Grand Prix.
7?!
Yeah, this is his 8th. He did 5 last year, remember?
No.
When Ricardo broke his wrist.
Ah.
Yeah. Behrman's the rookie. He's only
I
done
blocked
2.
last year out.
Is that because it was Max Verstappen 19 times?
It just stopped lasting too long.
Yeah. No, hang on. How many did Max win last year?
All but 2.
All but 2.
Perez
No,
and
3.
Carlos.
All but 3. Perez won 2, Sainz won 1. So 21 of the 20. He won 20 times. So a long year last year, wasn't it? Omi's back with us. I'll turn the BBC blog off. 5 minutes to go. We resume qualifying. Russell into turn 1. Omi, the track conditions actually look okay right now. It's later on that you've got to start worrying about when that rain's going to come in for the race.
Yep, absolutely. That's when it is really going to get interesting. So that's when they're all going to have to start worrying a lot. But right now, we make our way through on the circuit with George Russell. The driver currently in 5th place is down through the first sector as it stands.
Oh, and he's off! He's off! He's off! He's gone straight on! Yep, Russell couldn't do it, couldn't break it down into Interlagos. Aquaplane straight on, and are they all going to do that?
Can anyone stay on track?
Norris goes through. Albon's joining that part of the circuit as well. We're all just looking at the driver tracker because if that yellow comes out, it'll show us where it is on the monitor. Keep pushing, they've told Russell. He may as well because that only cost him a couple of seconds, but he's going to have a lap time to lead it, surely. For track minutes.
I would say.
Yeah. Norris down in the first sector, and that's on his own best time. So I think they're going to do 2 runs here. They've got to. Keep an eye for Esteban Ocon. Might get a pole position here. Yellow flag! Sonoda! He's off at turn 4 at Interlagos.
Please don't say it's a red. Don't say it's a red.
I'm watching Sonoda now into turn 4. He's under braking. He's lost it. He's aquaplaned and spun. Has he hit the barrier? No! He should be able to get going. Oh, he's in the gravel. He's in the gravel. He's got going. Track clear. Norris is a second down. Well done to Yuki Tsunoda. He lost it, span off the track at high speed, and he just kept it going. There's another yellow flag. And who's that? Is that Albon? It is. Alexander Albon is off. Alexander Albon is off, and it's a red flag again.
No!
And it's a huge accident at the first corner for Alexander Albon. He's lost it round into the first corner, hit the side impact. He's okay, but that is a repeat of what happened to him last year in the Grand Prix. Alexander Albon is P2 on the grid, but is surely going to have to start in the pit lane, and a big mess and a big clean-up is going to be needed now.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Red flag with 3:31 to go.
Can we just end it?
Can't. They've still got mathematical time to keep it going.
Which means we have even less time.
Our 5th red flag of the session.
Has it been 5?
Yeah.
Can we count?
Colapinto. Stroll. Carlos. Fernando.
I was
Albon.
forgetting Colapinto.
Both Williamses. Both Williamses.
Both Astons.
Both Astons.
Leclerc, watch out.
Dr. Ian Roberts will help Alexander Albon.
Oh.
Bit dazed.
Yeah.
We saw it on the monitor.
Shock.
Hard impact though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It lost him under braking. Up into turn 1. The rear stepped out at him.
So
That might not be even him taking part in the Grand Prix for Albon. That might be him totally done.
That is quite dilapidated.
The tyre barrier has actually made it safely. It's not been that badly damaged. So
just get the car out.
Just get the car and the debris out.
Sometimes I forget how tall Alexander Albon is.
That is a big disappointment, Omi. Let's take another look at it first of all, Megan. Up into turn 1. We watched this on the iPad. Brakes on the wet line, and he's aquaplaned straight round, and there's no saving him from there. Oh.
Yeah, he's definitely got a bit of shock. I mean, that was a lot of G-force.
Did the brakes fail?
We're checking. Oh, Alex, are you okay?
Yeah.
We're checking on the brakes. So from our side, brakes look okay. You can still hear me.
But he had some form of rear locking.
Yeah,
that's no reply.
Karoon's right. Watch, he got on the wet. He's braked on the wet line, and it sent him round. He's braked on the... Yeah, Omi, can you see it as we watch? It's such a simple accident down there in wet conditions. We've seen it so often. Timo Glock did the same thing in 2009. It's a carbon copy of that in qualifying. But he looped it round. But I think that's him done for the weekend. That's a lot of rear suspension broke, and he could have punctured the monocoque as well.
A real disappointment, and that's another shock possibility of a pole sitter gone as well. So, yeah, he's at risk of even not starting the Grand Prix later on, and that's the thing with qualifying and the Grand Prix on the same day in these conditions. We're seeing so many cars crash and bin it, and, well, we could find ourselves with a really chaotic race, a really, let's say, safety car race and a red flag race.
Megan, look at the rear. That might be repairable, but the engine's done as well.
Yeah, the engine's gone. I don't think he will race today. So everyone we said for pole positions crashed out.
3.8, yeah, not good, is it? 3.5 hours until we go racing.
He's dented the wheel.
Oh, and he's punctured this chassis cock as well. Look, he's done it. Yeah, it's dead. That car's dead.
Yeah, that's going to need total repair.
Yeah, he's punctured the monocoque. Yep.
The only thing fine about that car is the floor.
Russell's had a moment. This is him going off the circuit. Just to quickly reply to Julian here about the red flag and the FIA can't trust it. In this instance, because we've had Alonso hit hard and Albon hit hard, in this instance, the FIA don't control the red flag. Because it was such a heavy impact, the G-force sensor goes off in race control, and in qualifying, it automatically... Oh, and Piastri had a spin at the center S.
Oh, he's fine.
Yeah. In this instance, in qualifying, if it's a heavy impact into the barrier and it sets off the G-force, the red flag is automatically deployed and the medical car sent out. In races, if that G-force sensor goes off, it automatically triggers the safety car. So that's the difference. If the G-force meter is sent off, if it's a high impact, it's automatic. The race director has no control of it. Whereas with Stroll, when he hit the wall, it wasn't triggered. So that's why the red flag was up to the race control to decide when. But in these two incidents we've had where it's been a heavy impact, yeah, it's a bang into the wall for that. So it has to be, in that instance, it goes to an instant red flag. Omi, we're going to leave it with Sky for a minute, and we will be back shortly.
We said we had 5 red flags that day as well.
Remember it well. Yeah, you've got a feel for Alex Albon still on the front row, Crofty. I mean, I know we've got 3 minutes 31 seconds left in the session. Anything can happen once they restart, but still on the front row of the grid. And this is why I think Williams will try everything, possibly at the expense of Colapinto's car. Just want to put that out there to try and get Albon's ready. Even though, as you say, he has made, quote, a right mess of it. So we'll see what they can do. But with that, if it stays anywhere near a front row of the grid start, the possibility of points and the possibility... This is going to be one of those Grand Prix, isn't it, Crofty, where Constructors' Championships and Drivers' Championships points are made. It's one of those funny Grand Prix that we'll look back on at the end of the season and say, well, Brazil, that was where, you know, Williams outscored Alpine. Or Alpine, look at Esteban Ocon keeping his car out of the barrier in a great starting position of P4 in their particular fight in the Constructors. Sorry, come in. Yeah.
I was about to say, Alpine are only 3 points behind Williams, and at the moment, Esteban Ocon starting 2 places below Alex Albon. Oh, yes.
No, only 1 now after yesterday.
You're
yeah,
right.
Gasly, that's right, because Gasly, they need 4 in order to beat Alpine. Sorry, Alpine need 4 points over Williams because of the Williams better finishing position in Azerbaijan. And they got 2 of them yesterday with Pierre Gasly with a fantastic performance. Yeah, Esteban Ocon really making amends for his disappointing sprint qualifying yesterday.
Yes, you've got to be in it to win it.
You do.
And if you stayed in it, well...
There's only 7 going to be left in it when we get to Q3.
And so once again, you want to be at the end of the pit lane. You want to get, people with brooms have the right to accept the adulation of the crowd here. They've done a sterling effort, and then we just sweep over any loose bits of debris with the quad bike there. You want to be right at the front of this queue once again, and that's why the minute we get a time that's set, here we go, 9:08. Just flashed, off you go, get out the garage. Unplug the umbilical cord. You're gonna have to wait a bit. Down at McLaren, Esteban Ocon. They're speedy down at Alpine and getting that car right to the end. Charles Leclerc is gonna get stuck behind about 3 or 4 cars here.
And the reason they're not waiting on this occasion at Ferrari is that with only 3 minutes 31 seconds to go, Crofty, you need to crack on with it and you'll get 2 laps.
Yeah.
If you dawdle along for too long, you won't get that second lap. And we all know, as we've seen through the session, that the second lap is the one that's counting for these drivers. But now that you've got 4 cars there, George Russell might as well wait for another 2 minutes and then join the back of the queue.
If I was Esteban Ocon, I'd find trouble selecting first gear and wait about 10 seconds when the green light starts. Because
oh, you're naughty, Croft.
But why not? At the moment, he is ahead of a Mercedes and a Ferrari on the grid.
I would instead of waiting, that could get you in trouble, the stewards, I would just dawdle along the pit exit.
That's
a very
as well.
narrow pit exit road. That's what I would do.
If you've had trouble selecting the gears, Karun, I'm sure that's happened from time to time.
It'd be harder to have that argument in the stewards' room, I would think.
I said cramp in my fingers, it just wouldn't work.
As someone who's been to the stewards' room, talking to someone who hasn't.
We think there'll be some Class 1 raining starting imminently, which will last to the end of the session.
Class 1 rain, that light drizzle, as they say.
Mist.
When did you ever lie to the stewards?
I don't think I did. That's why I probably always lost when I went to the stewards' room.
Well, when did you...
I did. The worst one was, I don't know if it was a GP2 race in Valencia. Remember that street circuit, Valencia?
Yes.
And
when you all ran out of fuel?
Yeah, well, it was the day after, and I crashed into Vitaly Petrov. And we went to the stewards' room, and I just went, let's all go. We've all got flights to catch. I made a mistake. Just give me the penalty.
Lando, difficult message for me to pass. If the conditions are slower, just be sensible. Obviously, the race is in a few hours.
Difficult, but I think entirely sensible, because they'll have seen what's happening at other teams, and McLaren, what they don't want is a very stressful couple of hours trying to rebuild a car when Lando or Oscar are trying to push it beyond the capabilities of the track currently.
And the subtext of that is your championship rival is 17th on the grid, and we have a chance to pull 26 points on him today.
Absolutely. This could be quite the day in the championship battle, and could make the final triple header.
Yeah.
Quite the anticipation. Vegas to come after this. Qatar with a sprint race to come after Vegas, and then Abu Dhabi for the denouement of this Formula One season. A record long 24 Grand Prix season in 2024.
Ted's absolutely right. This next few hours can have huge ramifications.
Right, I'm just going to cut them off just now, given it is 30 seconds, or 20 seconds now, until restart of Q2. Joshua will be back in a moment. So, we're left with 8. Feels like then there were none, to be honest, right now, with all these crashes that keep happening.
Well, here we go then, for the final minutes of this long qualifying session, which began 10:30. Right now it's 12:08 for us in the UK, so very nearly 2 hours as well.
It's the earliest and the longest.
It's a long one, and then I think the race will be very long later on.
Oh, I really hope it isn't. Really would like for us to actually go 6 minutes, or 4 minutes at least, without it crashing again. Quali has restarted now, and Joshua Birch just entered the box.
Back here. So now we're just sort of waiting around to see who's actually not going to stuff it into the wall. I mean, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, I think we're going to be in for an incredibly close battle for pole. In the end of this, I think we are going to see some improvements, and we're going to see a really tight fight at the front, and lots of changes as well in this final 2 minutes 36. But I think we are going to get a 6th red flag, but it'll be right at the end.
So we're under the interesting situation at the moment where we've just got to hold off in the worst of the weather conditions, because right now we've got, what is it, track temperature at 24.3, air temperature 20.7,
humidity at 93.
I see it increased a little bit, and I don't know, is it visibly worse on there? They haven't had cars on the track in
better,
about 10 minutes,
I'd say. I'd say it's a tiny bit better, not exactly ideal, but
red flag was
better.
out for 11 minutes and 10 seconds.
5. We've had 5 of them.
Well, it's been the longest we've had. Now, can Esteban Ocon take a career-first pole position? That's going to be the interesting situation to watch out for.
A little bit of a twitch there.
Yeah, down into the centre S, and just coming out as well. The rear stepping out. He's never had a pole position, but he's had a victory. Has Esteban Ocon back in, of course, Hungary in 2021.
This feels like a situation where the tyres need to be changed.
Well, how long has he been on those? Oh, they have changed the majority of them. If you take a look at the
but I feel like they need to change the type of tyres, because around certain points, it's no longer suitable for intermediates.
No, I think at some points it's still back to wet weather, especially uphill at Ferrador. There's a lot of standing water at the exit.
They just
definitely through
look
to
there.
Interlagos, Norris's first sector's okay. No one's sending it alive. I don't think we're going to get.
I don't think they can. I don't think they want to.
No one's. Well, Norris got warned, didn't he, when we were on the break? Don't push. Don't push. Yeah.
It's like you're already first.
Don't push. Don't do anything wrong. Don't get anything into the situation. Just keep it calm.
Keep calm and carry on.
Yes, basically. Ocon, 44.371. Ocon's got the fastest middle sector of anybody.
Okay, so Ocon may get his pole.
Yeah, he's out of in. Can he have a pole? Over the line comes the Frenchman in the Alpine. Is it number 1? Is it? No. It's a 1:24.749.
4 is good. 4 is better than he's had all season.
Lando Norris coming across for his 8th pole position, and he's 6th pole of the year, and he's done it again. It's a 1:24.092. Faster by about 6,000. Here comes Piastri up the line. Stays third. He's 2 seconds down.
Did he only get his 3rd pole this year?
Yeah, he's had a lot of poles. He's locked up. He's gone straight on. Just keeps out the wall. Piastri nearly causing a heart attack moment. Charles Leclerc stays 6th. I don't think anyone's... They've got no room left to improve. Checkered flags out. And I think that's it. Piastri has caused a local yellow.
Lawson might get some.
Lawson's improving on Norris's time. Is he fast in that middle sector? 4 tenths down. No, but he might go second. Albon is going to start second if he's not careful. But Albon's got that... If he does get it, that's going to be crucial.
He can't get it.
No, well,
he said Albon.
I said
Sonoda's
Albon.
quicker than Norris.
Sonoda is quicker than Norris by 20,000.
What?
Lawson across the line. Lawson's front row. Lawson's front row. What about Sonoda? Can he take an unlikely pole position over the line? Oh, he's second. But look at Lando Norris. He's half a second faster. Esteban Ocon's got pace in the Alpine. 3rd. Russell's got time. Norris over the line. Into super the boxes. Russell's half a second up. Norris on pole at 1:23.405. 7 tenths faster to Sonoda.
Russell will go second.
Russell is going to go second. Leclerc and Piastri. Piastri's he's got no lap time left. Russell over the line. He's second fastest. What about Charles Leclerc and the Ferrari? 6th. Russell Norris, front row off the grid.
Ooh, Piastri hasn't had a great time.
Well, he went off into turn 1, so he's only lost the lap time.
Sectors.
Yeah.
I think it's just
he did not care at all. He backed out of it.
Oh my goodness.
Max Verstappen fails. Lando Norris prevails.
This is such a difference from the start of the sessions.
Yeah. We thought Max will dominate it. Lando was 15th in Q1.
Now he's pole.
Unbelievable. An 8th career pole for Lando Norris. McLaren get their 162nd pole. And Yuki Tsunoda gets his best ever qualifying result in Formula 1, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, his previous best.
2nd row.
Do you want to know what Tsunoda's previous best was? 6th place. His
Jeez,
best
that's
qualifying.
quite a jump.
3 places up.
He's going to get his first... Oh, Tsunoda.
All right. Yuki Tsunoda B3 tomorrow.
Today?
Well done. Well
Yeah,
done, team.
today.
All of us. All of us.
Unless they just think we don't.
I think that...
Yeah. I really hope we get to have the Grand Prix now.
Yeah,
in about
because
3 hours.
I won't be able... If it's tomorrow, I won't be able to be a part of it.
Oh, it will be today. They won't cancel it tomorrow if it doesn't happen. Hang on, did Lawson nearly go to the grid there?
Oh,
No, Tsunoda nearly went to the grid. But there's no on-grid things because we're in a condensed schedule. So, yeah. Lawson's already in. Right, Megan, what do you think?
I thought it was very good. And this is Tsunoda's first time on the top 3 bit.
Oh, get out of the way, Norris can't stop. Right, Megan, go. Niece and nephew, go. Okay. So, Omi, an interesting end to the session. What did you make of it?
Really, really interesting qualifying session. Lots of crashes. It means that for the Grand Prix, I don't even know what's going to happen. Who's going to be participating? That is also a bit of an uncertainty. I think even if it's where we could even see cars lose it on the way to the grid, like Sergio Perez did in Spa 21. So we could be losing lots of cars before we even take the lights, if we can, of course, even do a standing start.
Yeah, good point, actually. I hadn't thought about that. If it's too wet for a standing start, we might have to go for a rolling start procedure. Didn't even think about that. The rule is that we'll do formation laps, won't we? And then it will be decided if it's rolling or standing. presumably it'll be a rolling start. With the conditions here and the uphill nature of the circuit, it most likely will be a rolling start then later on. As long as we have a Grand Prix though. We've already had the lights out, so we want the Grand Prix to get underway. Yeah. Tsunoda though, I think Omi, proving he should be in the top team. What a session from him.
Yep, absolutely. Proving that he absolutely deserves it. Celebration
Can't even hold the barrier.
like he just won. But for a junior team like that, absolutely deserved as well. And he doesn't get these chances because he isn't, of course, in that senior team. But he is proving a point why people need to change their mind on that.
Russell, doing a bit of a T-pose, is in P2. Let's go through quickly. It's a 1:23.405 for Norris. He is a tenth quicker than Russell in the end. Tsunoda, top 3, wants a performance as well. I can just see Ruth Buscombe in the background getting ready to do some TV work. I don't know if it's her doing the post-quali interviews or if it's still Naomi Schiff. We'll have a look in a second. It's James Hinchcliffe who's going to do the post-session interviews, and on the other side, we'll hand over to Omi. Let's hear from our pole sitters for the Brazilian Grand Prix of Sao Paulo.
Top 3.
Well, it should be coming, but there's a bit of a delay here, it seems. Here's Hinch.
And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Lando Norris, pole sitter for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. 8th pole of your career, but this one did not come easy. Lando, just talk to us about the entire qualifying, Q1, Q2, Q3, conditions changing, red flags, threw everything at you, but you still came out on top.
Yeah, it was a lot going on today. But super happy because I was struggling a lot at the beginning of qualifying. I had a lot of work to do. So I was not comfortable at all. So to end up on pole, I worked at it a lot through qualifying. I had a lot of areas I needed to improve on, but I did exactly that. So a little surprised again. I mean, I've been surprised a little bit lately, but a little bit surprised to be on pole. But some nice laps. I felt good in the end, and a good result for us.
From the driver's seat, how tough is it when every time you're on the racetrack over that qualifying session, conditions are changing, sometimes even lap to lap, it's changing. How tough is it to judge where the limit is?
Very, probably more than it looks on TV at times. It's just, you're always trying to find that next little bit, but I mean, you saw how many people were going off and crashing and locking up, so it was easy to end up badly, you know, and end up in a wall or do something where you might not even make the race later today, you know. So that risk reward was not easy today, especially from where I was in Q1. I found it very tough to know how much more can I push. So that's why I'm happy, because it's relieving qualifying after something like this. So very happy at the same time.
So right before that last screen, after that final red, Will Joseph came on the radio and said, hey, huge opportunity here. Let's not do anything silly.
Yeah.
You still pushed. You still went faster every lap, but let's look ahead to the race. Obviously, from a championship standpoint, huge implications. Does that at all change your mindset going into the event, or is it just eyes forward going for the win?
Sorry. Not eyes forward. I mean, I got some quick guys behind. George put in a nice lap. Yuki's been flying in the wet all day today, so it's never easy in these conditions. It's never as much as just settling down and getting on with it, as that is what I would like to do. It's not always the easiest thing, you know, so we'll see. We'll prepare well. I hope we can get a race in. That will be a good start, and excited to see what we can do.
Yeah, no man wants a race to happen more than this guy. Lando Norris, your pole sitter. George Russell, incredible result here. It's been a bit of a struggle for you guys with this race car around this newly paved track. Big cheers from the crowds for the effort, though. You must be one of the guys that was kind of happy when you pulled up this morning and it still looked like it was going to be a wet session.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I always love coming to Sao Paulo, obviously, such great memories from a few years ago. And after yesterday, it was so tough just waiting, and, you know, all the fans stayed out. And honestly, this morning, I was so impressed coming into the track at 6 o'clock. Everybody was queuing, everybody wanted to be here, and really pleased to be lining up P2.
Now let's talk about that coming into the track at 6 o'clock. This is a very different Sunday for you. This is not normally how your Grand Prix Sundays go. How does having qualifying this morning, having the race brought up a little bit earlier, change how you prepare and you focus on the race?
I love that, to be honest. Reminded me of the karting days, you know, waking up, having breakfast in your race suit and just going out there and driving. So, yeah, maybe the guys need to have a bit of a think about the format moving forward. Maybe this is the one, you know, qualifying Sunday morning. As I said, it was a great session, but let's see what we can do in the race.
Absolutely. You won
Cheers.
here in 22. Let's see if you can do it again today. Cheers. And up next, big cheers from the crowd for Yuki Tsunoda. Congratulations, Yuki. Top 3 start here in Sao Paulo. Best career start under incredibly difficult conditions. Just walk us through your session and the challenge of getting that perfect lap in those tricky conditions.
Yeah, it was very tricky. Certainly, I enjoyed it. I think we had a good pace from straight away, max stream. Had a couple of mistakes, but yeah, had a bit of luck as well. I think overall as a team, including Liam as well, we did a really, really good job.
Yuki, as a driver, how tough is it to balance that risk versus reward, especially when you're seeing other drivers crash, have incidents, when you know the Grand Prix is just in a few hours and that a big incident could eliminate you from even starting the race?
Yeah, I mean, this track especially probably is one of the trickiest track. You know, once you start building confidence and you try to over-push a little bit, you have massive consequence like we saw multiple cars today. And I had one big moment, and luckily I was away from the barrier. But yeah, it's certainly also the track you want to nail it. But yeah, I feel much better than yesterday. The car felt good. I think we had a good pace in the rain as well, so it's a good place to start for today.
And just real quickly, your teammate Liam Lawson also up there. Huge opportunity for you guys in the constructors battle with both Haas cars going out early. Are you guys very focused on collecting maximum points and trying to close that gap?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we are slightly behind P6, especially Haas, so we need definitely catching up. And this is the moments that we want to maximize opportunity. So yeah, as a team, we do as much as we can to score as much as possible.
We've been super quick in the wet, probably doing the rain dance a little bit before the Grand Prix. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Well, absolutely. And there we go. We have now seen the conclusion of qualifying. As we really just started in under 2 hours ago. We finally got to this point, the conclusion of Formula One qualifying here in Sao Paulo, and of course later on we're going to be going racing as well. Okay, so Josh, what is your final thoughts so far from this Super Sunday with qualifying?
Long, dramatic, and we've already just done qualifying. God knows what the race is going to be. The rain's going to get heavier as we get towards the start time, so we really are going to be into no man's land. And I reckon we could be in for a couple of red flags, a long delay, and not a lot of racing. So the start here is going to be critical. Remember, the red flag distance rules for points would have to come in. So we'll have to get those printed and stuck them in the box. 25, 50, 75, and 100. Each time they now become different out there as well for points paying positions. But Lando needs as many as possible starting on pole. And Max, 17th on the grid.
Okay, thank you very much as well. Here we go then. That is our Sunday started, because we still have a Grand Prix to go, and that will be happening 12:30 local, 3:30 GMT here in the UK as well. So make sure you join us to see who is going to be the winner of the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, or whether are we going to get racing at all. You'll have to join us to find out here at Interlagos when the Grand Prix gets underway.